London.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and you know, every once in a while people contact me and they say, I know a guy who knows a person, who's got a friend, who's got a neighbor who knows how to barbecue. That person is Adam. He invited me over to see what he can do on the barbecue, and I'm telling you, I hear great things about his food, great things about his barbecuing skills. I'm really excited about this one. Let's go say hi to my buddy Adam. Adam.
Jeff,
how you doing, buddy?
Welcome.
Man, I walked back and immediately I can tell you got some barbecues warming up, so that's always a good thing. The deck looks great just from the immediate impact. You have this fantastic view.
We waited till lumber prices were at an all-time high to replace the deck.
You did all this? I'm looking down around the pool, all these gardens and stuff.
We did, yeah, absolutely. All the retaining walls my wife built herself, believe it or not. Yeah, she sure did.
Good
so,
stuff.
Yeah, she's done a lot of work back here.
And you provided the food while she was doing all the hard work?
That's it. I do the cooking, and she does everything else, surprisingly.
So you've got a couple different grills going here. You've got 3 grills.
We do.
Got the Blackstone.
Blackstone griddle, yep.
Yeah, we're going to be using all 3 of these today?
We are, yeah. We're going to use some charcoal, we're going to use a pellet grill, and we're going to use a Blackstone griddle.
Great. And you got a nice little seating area up here, and I can see why. Convenient right off the kitchen. But a great view. You're kind of sitting up nice and high, all these beautiful trees.
Yeah, it's good for keeping an eye on the kids when they're in the pool. We've got the Hawkeye view up here.
Yeah,
so
it looks like a fairly populated area, but you've got a beautiful selection of trees.
It's nice to be tucked back here in the neighborhood, but have lots of privacy built in naturally.
For sure. Hey, let's head downstairs, take a look at the pool. You got a cool structure down there, and we're going to take a look at your wife's woodwork. Wow, this is great. I mean, that view is something to start with, but the gardens and the trees, and this is, again, populated area, but you've got like, you kind of your own little world going on right here. Pool was here, I guess?
The pool was here prior to us buying it. It went in just 2 years prior to us buying it, but we redid the deck and completely enclosed it underneath.
And kudos to your wife for the retaining wall. This looks great. All the gardens, it's a nice way to kind of close everything and edge it off.
Yeah, she did a great job back here for sure.
And I see we have Brock Manor. There's got to be a story. You built this for sure.
I didn't build this, but friends of mine did. Okay, well, I would say I helped. They'd say I supervised.
Just to be clear, I hear great things about your barbecuing skills, but you've not built anything, have you?
I'm not in construction.
You're clearly the guy providing the food in all these scenarios.
That's exactly right.
Well, let's go take a look. Who made up the sign?
The sign actually is a friend of mine's sister, Amy. She's a great graffiti artist, and that was her contribution to the bar. And
it's perfect. It's nice to have something that kind of personalizes this, makes it your space, and you know.
Absolutely.
So, and this works out good. You have family over or friends. You can convert. You can be more of a bar, more of a serving area. You know, whatever works to.
Yeah, multi-purpose for sure. Yeah. If the game's on, you know, we've got the TV back here, and you know, if not, it also works for blasting tunes back here and stuff like that.
So if I'm buddies with Adam and there's a game on, we want to be in your backyard, we want to be enjoying Brock Manor, and I want you up there cooking lots of great food.
That's it.
So tell me about today's menu. What are you going to cook for us?
Sure. So we're going with an Asian-inspired menu today because I thought I'd try to do something a little bit different. So we're going to do some pork belly char siu. We're going to do some grilled bok choy. We're going to do some Korean-style chicken wings and some fried rice on the Blackstone.
Wow, solidly Asian meal for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all done on the barbecue. Everything looks great, but I'm getting hungry. What do you say we head up to the grills and cook up some decent food?
Let's get grilling.
All right, let's do it.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Rogers TV has given me a ton of opportunities, including meeting new people, getting involved in my local community, and trying a ton of variety of different production roles, such as graphics, camera, and audio.
Yo. Yep. Okay, I'll be there.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
What are we going to start with? Now, this is a pork belly, but you've already got this started.
That's right. So I've been marinating this now for 24 hours. This will turn out to be what's called char siu, which is typically the barbecued pork you get in Chinese food restaurants.
Okay, and what's the marinade? I know you're not going to share the entire recipe, but it's top secret, I imagine.
Well, the marinade is your typical Asian ingredients. So there's some rice wine in there, there's some hoisin, some brown sugar, some honey, soy, sesame oil. So there's quite a few. The one that gives it this color is a fermented red bean paste, which is not a typical ingredient you see in most kitchens, but it doesn't give off much flavor. It's just typically the color.
Okay.
And so lots of people sub it out for red food coloring, but we wanted to do it.
It's readily available if I wanted to go pick some up at a local store.
It is at the local Asian food marts for sure. Not your local grocery store, but the Asian markets definitely carry it.
So you brought that home, mixed up your marinade, 24 hours. Is there preferred? Is 24 hours the optimum
24
time?
hours is actually maximum. After that, there's a few ingredients in there like the vinegars and stuff like that that will change the texture of the meat. So anywhere from 6 to 24 hours. You don't want to go over that 24-hour mark.
No less than the 6 hours.
That's correct.
And then we're just going to throw this right on the grill.
We sure are.
At what temperature?
375.
For about how long is it going to take?
I'm going to guess about an hour to an hour and a half. Right. So pork essentially is done at 145 degrees, but with a fatty piece of meat like this, you can take it as high as 200, really render that fat down and get that tenderness out of it.
You've got the wood pellets in there, and that's just going to create, that's going to help the heat and a little bit of smoke.
That's exactly right. That's the heat source in a pellet grill is the actual wood pellets.
Right.
So.
Okay, great. Well, we're at 375. Let's throw that
great.
pork
Let's
on
get
there.
it on. You can hear that sizzle.
That's what we like to hear.
We want to get a nice char on that, but we are going to pick up some smoke. That's the other thing that people don't realize. Lots of people talk about, well, it's not a smoker once you're over 225 or 250. But on a pellet style grill like this, it's the only place you're getting heat. So I can cook up to 550 degrees on this pellet grill, and it still provides lots of smoke flavor in a small amount of time.
All right, we've got that pork on the grill here. That seared up, or when we put it on, you can hear that sizzle. Love to hear that. Looks fantastic. We've got chicken wings.
We do.
And sort of the same process. You didn't marinate. This is a different process. So why don't you tell us what you did?
Yeah, so this is a brine rather than a marinade. And so what that is, I took a gallon of water, boil it. You add some salt, some sugar. Once that's dissolved, I take it off the heat. I added some lemons, some thyme and garlic, some peppercorns in there. Let that cool down to room temperature, and then you put your cold chicken wings in there and then get it back in the fridge for 2 to 4 hours only.
Right.
You don't want to brine them too long, but what that's going to do is really create a really juicy chicken wing.
Right.
Now, when people do chicken wings on the smoker, essentially it's hard to get crispy skin, and everyone likes crispy wings. So there's a few tricks. Lots of guys use cornstarch or baking powder on the outside. What I'm going to do today is make sure they're really dry as I scoop them out of the brine. I'm going to get them really dry and just toss them in a tiny bit of olive oil.
Okay.
And no seasoning yet. We're going to put them directly on that grill at 375. They're going to go about an hour. I'm going to flip them once on the way through, and we should get a nice crispy skin.
So this drying process is part of getting the crispiness to them, right?
That's exactly right. If you leave them wet like this and you toss them on the grill, you're not going to get that nice crispy skin that everybody wants. You know, I've got friends that they smoke them and then dump them in their deep fryer.
I see that a lot.
Yeah, which is great. I'm a big guy. I try to stay away from the deep fryer. So by the time we're done here, you'll see that these wings are very different than the ones you've done on the show prior.
Yeah.
With the sauce and the ingredients we're going to hit these with coming off the smoker. So we're going to really pat those down. Once you think you've got them dried, do it again.
375, a little bit of smokiness. And what, about an hour?
Yeah, about an hour. So chicken's done at 165 with my wings or my thighs. I take them a little higher to ensure that skin's crispy. You can see they're nice and dry there now.
Yeah. Big difference from when you pulled them out.
Absolutely. We'll just get a...
Not very much olive oil at all.
No, maybe a tablespoon or two. And this is about 3 pounds of wings. So
barbecue measurements.
Yeah, that's right.
About that much.
About 2 glugs.
Yeah, about 2 glugs, yeah. And then will you turn them at all, or will you?
Yeah, we'll flip them once throughout the cooking process.
Yeah.
So
same with the pork, will we flip the pork?
yeah, we will.
Yeah.
We will. Now, essentially, like on a pellet grill, typically you don't have to, but I always find that it's a much more even cook if you do.
Okay, great. Well, let's get those on here.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
Hi, my name is Mike Arsenault. I'm a morning show host and digital broadcast journalist at Chorus Entertainment.
What is the hardest part about being a parent?
Having kids.
And I became a volunteer at Rogers TV London way back in 2012. I always wanted to work in the broadcast industry, but I didn't have the educational background, so I figured Rogers TV was the best way for me to get my foot in the door to the media broadcast industry. If you're willing to put the time in, good things will happen, and start early. I didn't start getting paid to be on television until I was 28. Started volunteering, I think, around 22 or 23. But if I had the educational background in either journalism or media, I would have been able to start my career just a little bit quicker.
Sticking with our Asian theme, we're gonna. I'm not even sure what you're gonna do. You got bok choy.
Sure,
You got walk me through this.
yeah, so we've got some bok choy here, and what I'm going to do is cut these bok choys in half. I'm going to get it in this marinade that I've made for about an hour before we hit it on the charcoal.
Same marinade or a little bit different?
Different. So this one's got some rice wine vinegar, soya, olive oil, lemon, ginger, garlic.
Again, going with a lot of those
red
classic
pepper flakes.
Asian
Yeah, classic,
flavors. Yeah.
just in different proportions. This won't be so sweet. This is going to be a little spicier.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And
Spicy's good.
Yeah,
You're gonna throw that in the bag with the marinade.
So we're just gonna take these baby bok choy. We're gonna split them right up the middle, like that. Bok choy, it's actually a fairly dry vegetable, so you're gonna want to hit it with some sort of moisture or marinade before you hit the grill. Otherwise, it's just gonna disintegrate on you. So you want to impart some flavor, of course. It's fairly simple. We take those like that, get them in the bag. And then these, when we hit them on the charcoal here in about an hour, we're just looking to go really hot for a couple minutes aside, get a nice char mark on either side of them.
And people always think it's a bit weird to grill, a green leafy vegetable. And it is. It kind of goes against the logic, right?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, I love it. We do romaine all the time and do a charred romaine Caesar salad. Yeah. It's fantastic. It brings it to a whole other level. So.
Well, when you grill as much as you do, you got to grill everything, right?
Absolutely, that's it.
Salad, you got to grill it.
If it wasn't for my wife talking me into this 2 days ago, we wouldn't have been eating vegetables today. So, as you can see, that marinade's in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of red chili flake in there. That's where we're going to get that heat from.
Okay, and then we're just going to throw this back in the fridge.
Back in the fridge
in about
for
an hour from now, we're just going to hit a hot grill, and that's going to accompany everything else.
Absolutely.
All right, so Asian barbecue. This is fantastic. I can't wait to dig into all this. But when we're going to have some Asian food, We need to have some fried rice.
Absolutely.
And you're going to
This
do it on the barbecue.
Yeah, we're going to do it on the Blackstone griddle here. This is one of the family favorites around here for sure.
You can do everything on here.
Absolutely.
Burgers,
Whether it's we do smash burgers, breakfast, it's great. You can do your eggs, bacon, pancakes all on one big griddle.
Don't mess up your kitchen.
Get it done, no problem.
You got to feed that wife and keep her happy so that she can get all your yard work done and all the construction done, right?
That's exactly it.
There you go. All right, so tell me what we're going to do. I see
Sure.
some classic ingredients again.
So yeah, absolutely. Honestly, fried rice, we do it so often around here. I just wing it. I grab what we've got in the fridge. So today I've got some oyster sauce, some sesame oil, some soy sauce, some peas, green onions, 2 eggs, and I use butter because butter's better.
Everything's better. Everything's
the only
butter
thing
with
with fried rice is you want to make sure you cook your rice the day before. So you want to be using day old and make sure it's cold right out of the fridge.
Why do we want to do that?
So the rice tends to get soggy if you're not using day old rice.
Okay.
And cold, it won't stick to the grill as bad. So you'll be able to.
Good. Okay. Well, let's see this come together.
Get that butter on there. You can see it's nice and hot. I do hit it with some oil still, just to make sure we're not sticking anything on here. We'll get that rice right in there.
Oh, wow.
We'll get a nice char on the bottom of that rice, get some great color out of it. We'll get the
Gotta have
peas
some
in there.
peas in there, and you do this all the time, you're saying?
We do, yeah. Fried rice is a favorite
Kids
around
love
here.
this?
My middle son, this is his go-to meal. We're gonna flatten this out, let it get a bit of a char on the bottom. While I do that, I'm gonna add a bit of ingredients here. This is the oyster sauce. Some people use hoisin. I find oyster gives it a little better flavor. The sesame oil you want to be very careful with.
Yeah.
This is strong ingredient, so you know, most stuff calls for half a teaspoon, or you just need very little.
Okay.
Very little.
Yeah, that
for a
wasn't
lot
much
of
at all
flavor.
compared to the amount of rice that you have.
And soy sauce, you got to be careful too because it's quite salty. So you want a bit in there, but you don't want to add too much salt or it becomes unedible.
Yeah.
So we just drizzle a little bit on there.
We're looking for the flavors from the grill and the rice and the peas more so
That's
than...
exactly right. Yeah, the green onions, the peas, they're going to add sort of that sweetness. We want to get that char, you can see.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Once we get it to this point here, I'll make a bit of a hole in the middle. And what we'll do is take a couple eggs here. We'll crack those. Once we get those eggs in there, we're just going to chop them up like we did everything else. Really combine them in the rice and let that go. The middle's definitely the hot spot on this. So when we're looking to end that char, get that cooking, get it mixed up, get those eggs cooked, we're working in the middle, but we're gonna let it get a little more crust on the bottom there, and then it's ready to come off.
All right, our chicken wings are looking great.
They're getting
the pork
crispy.
is looking fantastic.
Absolutely.
We got some fried rice. So like I said before, I'm sure you're making your own barbecue sauce.
Absolutely.
Like any self-respecting grill person, right? So let's see. And, you know, I know it's going to be barbecue measurements. So
yeah, absolutely.
Run through the ingredients.
This is going to be a Korean type chicken wing, like I mentioned earlier. So it's going to be a bit of sweet and spicy. So we've got some gochujang, some honey, rice wine, garlic, ginger, soy, sesame oil, lime, and butter. Yeah. And then once we heat it all up, we're going to use the Blackstone here again to heat up the sauce. We'll get it reduced a little, nice and sticky. We're going to toss the wings in that with some peanuts and green onions.
Oh, okay.
And we'll top it with some cilantro.
So this is the gochujang.
Yes, it is. People call it hot pepper paste, I've seen. And so there's a few different names for it. It's quite thick. You do have to cut it with the honey, I find. That's key. So. And
you're bringing the sweetness into it because it's more like kind of a garlic chili paste, so we want to sweeten that up a bit.
It is pretty spicy. So there's some rice wine. I've got some garlic and ginger. Definitely make sure you're cutting up your own garlic and ginger. If you're buying the jarred stuff, you're just robbing yourself
of
flavor.
You're missing out for sure.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of little tricks to chopping the garlic too. So you can go online and find lots of little tricks. Worth it for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And soy's the same way. You don't want to buy a cheap, no-name brand soy. Otherwise, they get too salty.
I know somebody once said, if you can't put in a bunch of cheap ingredients, expect them to come out not being cheap ingredients.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. So that's a lime juice. That's going to add some citrus. And then, of course, the butter. This is just going to bring it all together.
That's our fat. We had the vinegar, the lime juice.
As I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
butter makes everything better.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't use too much butter.
We'll get this heated up and we'll toss the wings.
This looks and smells fantastic.
Sure does.
There's a whole process, just like a steak. We want to let the pork rest, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
Before you slice any meat, you want to pull that off your grill, get it resting. You can see how juicy it is.
Look at that.
A great red color. You want that nice char on it. That's what gives char siu its
whole
flavor.
point, right? Is
Absolutely.
The charred portion.
Absolutely. So you can see it's nice char marks on there. We're going to let that rest for a few minutes.
We're going to tent it or anything, or just let it sit and get happy?
Not this yet. We're just going to let it sit and reabsorb some of those juices.
We call it getting happy. We're going to let it get happy. Okay, and the chicken wings, you got your sauce that's been cooking over on the grill.
The sauce is ready now, so we can toss those in the bowl.
Let's grab them. Oh man, they look great. So remember, keep one out. We want to check the crispiness level here.
What we're gonna do, we've got those wings there in the bowl now. We're gonna hit it with some of the sauce. You can reserve some sauce as dip. If other people want to add more, add less, you know. But we'll get these tossed and see how that looks.
The true chicken wing toss. Come on.
Absolutely.
There we go.
And now we're gonna throw in some chopped peanuts.
This is different, yeah.
And some green onions. And keep that toss going. We want those in the sauce too. Those peanuts really help with the crunch on the chicken wing, and they really absorb the sauce. And of course, they add a little bit of saltiness as well.
Wow.
The green onions, a nice fresh crunch.
Great.
Those are some great chicken wings.
So we'll let them kind of cool off a little bit?
Yep, absolutely.
And then how long do we let this sit for?
Oh, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just till you can actually handle it and give it a good slice.
Okay.
So this is just a little charcoal grill we have here. We use it, we take it in the back of my truck a lot at baseball games when the kids are playing, or myself, and grill dogs on it, but it's great for something like this. So we've got those bok choy that we marinated earlier. It's been in that marinade for about an hour. We're gonna lay it flat on that grill. You can hear it sizzling. That grill's about 600-700 degrees right now. We're gonna get nice grill marks on either side here, and that will appease the veggie people in your life. We're just gonna shut that lid, and it's only gonna go 2-3 minutes aside.
All right, we kept one out. It's a good temperature to try.
Yeah, let's hope
I'm not gonna lie. If you didn't tell me, I would think this was deep fried.
There should be some good smoke flavor because there's not even salt and pepper on those wings. That is just brine. Should be nice and juicy for you with some great smoke flavor.
That's actually incredible. I'm not gonna lie, that may be the best chicken wing I've ever had.
Fantastic.
Wow, was that ever good. All right, listen, I know we have more work to do.
We do.
But I'm eating chicken wings.
All right. Let me
and
slice
this is too good
pork.
to not finish. So you go ahead and take it from here while I finish this chicken wing.
That sounds good. So you can see here on our pork, we got that nice dark crust. And what we should see, I don't know if you could see that juice sticking out, but we see that smoke ring and a bit of that red from that red bean paste, but that is from the smoker. So even that pellet grill at 375, guys say you're not smoking. Well, there's the proof. You can't hide that smoke ring.
We didn't see a lot of smoke when you lift the lid.
No.
But as you say, the proof is right there. I mean, that's a beautiful smoke ring right there.
Absolutely, and you get that nice charred crust on it. You can see how the fat has rendered right down. It's just incredibly juicy.
Smudging is a very important part in our life as we're all learning to walk the good way. When we smudge, we use the sacred medicine, the white sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, and the cedar. It cleanses negative energy and replaces it by a positive energy. When I smudge, I cleanse my end and my eagle feather and start cleansing my breath to have better words. I will smudge my eyes so I could see the better things offered to me. I will smudge my ears to hear the good thing that people have to say. I will smudge my hair to have good thinking from my head. I will bring the smudge to my feet so I could walk in respect with our Mother, the Earth. Smudging is the way we give our prayers to connect our spirit to the Creator. We express gratitude for the gift of life, the learning, and growth.
Did you have fun? Check this out.
race fans, and welcome to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Sorer is up top along with Kyle Friel. We have Joy Langdon on our pits and doing some pit reporting tonight. We are on the air and we are good to go. Kudos, Kyle, to the staff behind the scenes for getting us up and going and the amount of work it takes to set this up.
Most definitely. Hard work by the crew to get everything here and bring you guys, the viewers, some good old-fashioned racing on a Friday night.
Fantastic card tonight. Super Stocks, late models, and that's right, King of the Hill Spectator race will lead things off with Super Stock Heat Race number 1. Here is the field out of turn 4. Connor Van Steensel on the pole. We're racing at Delaware. Great jump by the Blue Deuce. That's Dougie Stewart on the outside. Van Steensel will fight back on the inside, but Stewart's gone away. Here comes Ryan Bright in the 45. They're going to go 10 laps here in Heat Race number 1 of the Super Stocks. Great card tonight at Delaware. They'll come around and complete lap 1.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. A good start there for Doug Stewart off the start of the race as he began in second, now is in first, riding up with 9 to go.
Yeah, Carson Nagy's up front now in the 93 on the high side of Bright, side by side for second. Out of turn 4, Nagy tries to get to the right corner panel of the Stewart machine and will battle Doug for the lead in through turns 1 and 2.
It's a good battle up front as they almost went 3 wide coming into turn 1. And it's going to be Carson Nagy getting a little bit ahead here of Doug Stewart.
Ryan Bright sits right there in the 45 machine. That 93, Kyle, that's working good on this high side. For those of you joining us for the first time this year, Delaware Speedway put some asphalt down to try and bring that second groove, the higher groove, into play, and Nagy taking advantage of it.
Yeah, Nagy definitely taking advantage of it as we see the battle for second place here. That's Doug Stewart and Ryan Bright as Nagy has a good couple car lengths lead here with 6 to go in the first heat.
Front 3 trying to get away. The rest of the pack side by side. Van Steensel and Third Kettle side by side for 4th. That's back in the pack. But Nagy's out to a good, comfortable 8-car length lead, and in the battle for second, there you see Bright and Stewart out of turn 4, back to the stripe.
Very good heat race so far as we are halfway through this heat race, as this battle for second and third is kind of the one that's heating up, as you mentioned, Chris. At the back of the pack, it's kind of all side by side for the rest.
Yeah, Van Steensel, Third Kettle's there, David Rockwood, the 4-car as well. Ryan Lapsevich is there, Lonnie Thompson is there. All battling for the 4th spot right now in this first of 2 Super Stock heat races. Nagy out to about a half a straightaway lead now. There's your battle for second. Doug Stewart in the 2, Ryan Bright in the 45.
As they come to the stripe, it's going to be 3 to go in this first heat race. And it looks like Doug Stewart is doing all he can to hold off Bright for the second position here in this heat race.
Back in the pack, Third Kettle got loose between turns 1 and 2, dropped right to the back of this pack. Van Steensel all by himself in a 4th spot. And in 5th right now is Rockwood. And there you see the battle for second. Stewart in the 2, Bright in the 45, up to Delaware Hill, down the back. And a white flag in the air this time by for the leader. Carson Nagy out of turn 4 will take the white flag.
Yeah, Carson Nagy has opened a huge lead. As we see here, he's exiting turn 2 into the back straightaway. Barring any kind of unforeseen circumstance, he will win heat race number 1 in this Super Stock division.
Out of turn 4, the 93 sees the checkers. It's Carson Nagy taking heat race number 1 in the Super Stocks. Doug Stewart will finish second. Ryan Bright third. Battle for 4th. Rockwood will take it. I think Brandon Verhoeven might have edged out Van Steensel for 5th. We'll wait for the official finisher. Let's look at the live timing and scoring. Brandon Verhoeven did get 5th spot, followed by Van Steensel, Ryden Lapsevich, Lonnie Thompson, Darren Third Kettle. And Cody Coburn rounds out heat number 1 of the Superstock. So not bad start to what should be a good card tonight.
Yeah, not a bad start as we see the number 93 of Carson Nagy entering the Pennzoil victory lane here at Delaware Speedway as he picks up some points here for winning the heat race and points for leading quite a few laps in that race.
Yeah, absolutely. So we should have another Superstock heat race coming up, race fans, and then we'll go to the late models for a pair of heat races, and then each division will run a 35-lap feature tonight, and then the King of the Hill Spectators race. Have you seen King of the Hill yet at Delaware?
Yes, I saw the broadcast you did the very first week.
First
you guys,
one of the year?
Yeah, the first one of the year.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty fun stuff.
Yeah,
we don't know who we're gonna get. Like, we don't know who's bringing a car in until they come out of that gate in turn 2 and come into the track. So looking forward to that as the cars roll onto the speedway for Superstock Heat Race number 2. Thank you again for joining us on a gorgeous Friday evening. I'll admit I was underdressed a little bit last week. So was our color analyst Cole Powell, who's actually racing tonight. So looking forward to that. It got really chilly last week. That's not going to be the case tonight.
No, it's going to be about 29 degrees here as the sun goes down. So no need for a sweater or anything. Flip-flops, shorts, and a nice golf shirt, the attire here tonight for you and I, Chris. As you mentioned, we get ready for heat race number 2 in the Superstock division.
Yeah, and the heat race number 2 should be the faster of the 2 Superstock heat races, including our points leader, Pete Vanderwist, currently leading the Superstock series by 2 points, followed by Ryan Dyson and Jay Dewar. Tight battle for the top 3, separated by just 5. Then Andrew Ferreira, the defending champion, in 4th spot. Nick Ramsey, 5th in the points. And then a cluster, 20 points or more back. So we're going to have Nick Troback, the 73 is going to be the pole car for Superstock Heat Race number 2.
He's here testing on a mission here tonight.
On the outside is going to be the 22 of Chase Pissonneau. And then it's going to be Trevor Culver in the 1, Ramsey in the 07, Ferreira and Dewar in row number 3. Looks like the 28 of Ryan Dyson will be inside row number 4. And then the points leader, Pete Vanderwist, outside row 4. And then the 71X, Corey McAllister. New driver tonight, getting set for the big Canada Day weekend here at Delaware next weekend. Rogers will not be here, but we're going to tell you what's on that 2-day card. Going to be a beauty as we get set here to go green. Superstock Heat Race number 2. Out of turn 4, looking for the green flag. We're racing at the half mile. It is Nick Troback on the inside, Chase Pissonneau on the outside, and Pissonneau with a nice run. Down the back, trying to get the lead. But Troback fighting back on the inside. A little bit of contact there. There was contact, Kyle, out of 4.
Yes, contact between Pissonneau and Troback coming out of turn 4. As we saw Pissonneau, he had a nice high side. Now he's dropped way back. And Troback is definitely now battling with Trevor Culver here for 1st and 2nd.
And Culver just hit Troback in the rear bumper and got him up the track. New leader, it's Culver. Ferrer will jump up to 2nd spot, so the faster Superstocks really showing their muscle coming to the front of the field.
Yeah, lots of contact here early in this heat race as Trevor Culver we see picking up a lead here. He's about I'd say 2 or 3 car lengths as they come out of turn 4 here to the stripe.
Andrew Ferrer battling with Vanderwist, a little bit of contact for 3 and 4 between the 9 and the 7. Nose to tail, front 5 now. As Troback settles in the 4th spot, Ramsey up to 5th, as Culver will lead him through turns 3 and 4 one more time.
Vanderwist's gonna look to take the inside groove and pass Ferreira there, but not having it. Ferreira does a nice job blocking him down, keeping 2nd position.
Front 4 trying to get away. Ramsey in 5th in the 07. Looks like he might be holding up the rest of the field. Dyson gets to the inside. You can see on the right side of the screen, that's a battle for 5th. On the outside is the 89 machine. That's Sean Chenoweth. And Chenoweth gets a spot by Ramsey. Dyson to the inside of Ramsey as well, as Culver continues to lead down the back.
Halfway through this heat race, Culver opening up a pretty big lead. Second through third having a nice close battle, and then the rest of the field trying to stay with the fast cars up front.
Ferrer in the 9, Vanderwist in the 7. That's a battle for second. The 7 is your points leader. Vanderwist with the preferred groove, and he'll take the spot pretty easily, and Ferrer protects against Troback, grabbing a third spot. As we come around, 3 laps to go this time by heat race number 2 for the Super Stocks. Chenoweth up to 5th spot, followed by Dyson. Now Jay Dewar up to 7th spot. Ramsey falls to 8th. Everybody knows the tail now. 2 to go. Popsicle sticks in the air this time by. 2 laps to go.
As you come up to the stripe, it's been pretty steady for the top 3 of Culver, Vanderwitz, and Ferreira. As the rest we see here coming down the backstretch, Vanderwitz closing the gap on Culver here.
Yeah, the points leader bridging that gap between Ferreira and Culver, and the 7 looks very, very racy on the inside groove. Right against the back bumper of the Culver machine. Last lap on the speedway.
It's going to be a heck of a lap here as we try and see the points leader, Vanderwitz. He's going on the inside. He gives the pass to Culver so far, coming out of turn 3 into turn 4.
Side by side for the lead. Vanderwitz on the inside, Culver on the outside. It's going to be a photo finish, and it's going to be Trevor Culver by 17/100ths of a second. 0.017, the gap there between Culver and Vanderwist, and that's a finish for a heat race. I can just imagine what the feature might be like.
Yeah, we had a couple weeks ago here in the late model, the feature race ended in a tight one that we had to go to replay for a couple of times to see who actually got the spot. But yeah, this heat race, very, very tightly contested. Nonetheless, Trevor Culver coming to victory lane, hand out the window, waving to the fans as he pulls into Pennzoil victory lane at Delaware Speedway.
Yeah, Culver coming into tonight 6th in the points, tied with the Nick Troback, 20 points off the pace. So he won't cut much into that because he just edged the points leader, Pete Vanderwist himself. Culver last year, if you remember, battling all season long with Andrew Ferrer for that points title, trying to fight his way back into the chase in the Superstock division.
Yeah, exactly. It's Trevor Culver, from what I've seen, the different races I've seen him in, he's a very fast car. So he's always going to be one in contention for the points lead here. But so we see Pete Vanderwitz is definitely gonna give him a run for his money here, as that was a tightly contested finish here in heat race number 2.
Trevor Culver there in victory lane is still coming. We have 2 late model heat races, and in the features, 35 laps apiece, and then King of the Hill Spectators race. When we come back, late models to take to the track here at the half while you're watching Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Top to bottom, no drip rust protection at Oil Guard goes right to where your car or truck needs it most. From the engine compartment to the door panels, and 8 points in between, Oil Guard has you covered. One Oil Guard treatment will help you duck the rust for 1 full year.
When you choose Pizza Hut, you're supporting a local, family-owned and operated business. We've been serving our community for over 35 years and take great pride in what we do. From our family to yours, thank you for choosing Pizza Hut and supporting local.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Delaware Speedway Racing, live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares and Kyle Friel up on the tower. We have Joey Langdon pit side, who will will be filing reports as the evening goes. Speaking of Joy, let's go trackside to Joy right now. Joey?
I'm here with Trevor Culver. Trevor, that was an intense race. How did that play out in your mind?
Yeah, it got a little bit closer at the end than I wanted it to, but nevertheless, we're happy to come out here with the heat race win. I don't know if I've been this happy to win a heat race. We've had a tough start to the season, but this is where luck's going to turn around tonight. We're going to park in a victory lane later tonight.
A lot of contact early in that race. Do you think that's going to come back to haunt you later on?
I don't think so. It's short track racing. Nothing too crazy. If it does, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you, Joey. Trackside with the Superstock Heat Race number 2 winner, Trevor Culver, sporting the cool shades, Joey, is. Where do you get stuff like that? Grand Bend Main Drag.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, he's repping the summertime vibes very early here as we are almost into July, Chris soars, but nonetheless, we're going to get ready for heat race number 1 of the late model division.
Yes, we have Peyton Jacobs, pole position in the 5 car. Heat race number 1 for the late models. Green flag in the air, we're racing at Delaware. Marshall Schrank is the outside pole car in the 22, quickly ducks in behind Jacobs. Rawlings in the 69 up to 3rd. As the field roars through the back into turn 3, this will be the slower average speed. Oh, and Jacobs is around in front of the whole field. And the field checking up. The 13 of Jaden Chapman spun down towards the tire. You can see Jaden on the left side of our screen. Not quite sure if there was contact with the tire, but that was the lead car, Kyle, spinning in front of the entire field.
Yeah, Peyton Jacobs, nobody really around her, and she just coming into turn 4, trying to get out of it, took a spin there, and yeah, caused everybody to check up, and we see the 22 of Marshall Schrank has some good front end damage, and I do believe the 13 of Jaden Chapman did make contact with that tire at pit wall there, so we'll have to see kind of the damage that's taken place.
Off screen right now to the left of your screen, up on the high at the wall, I think that might be the Rawlings machine, the 69 of Lloyd Rawlings. No, he's on track. He's still rolling, so we don't have a number on the 4th car in the incident. There you see Schrank rolling away as the crews continue to attend to an opening lap crash. Heat race number 1 of the late models. We'll be right back with more action here. Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Motorists across Ontario trust Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip for proven rust protection. Oil Guard has been road tested against Ontario winters by hundreds of thousands of vehicle owners just like you. Oil Guard knows how to help you duck the rust.
Don't get caught unprepared this summer. White's Rental is your one-stop shop for lawnmower tune-ups and repairs. You can visit us at our new location, 785 Little Simcoe Street.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back. We are under caution here, Delaware Speedway, after an opening lap incident with 4 cars. Heat race number 1 of the late models. Let's go trackside to Joy Langdon. Joy?
I am here at the Peyton Jacobs pit box at the along with the Jacobs Racing team. I'll get that eventually. And Peyton Jacobs' team said the back just stepped out on her a little bit, but she feels fine, and the car feels fine. They're going to stay out on the track the rest of the race. They feel like they can still get a good result out of it. As far as the other cars on track, I have not heard anything yet. Seems like everyone's okay at the very least, but as soon as I have an update on that, I'll get that to you as soon as possible.
Joy Langdon, trackside, thank you so much. I think he heard us, Kyle, because now the shades are on.
Yeah, there we go. He
repping the shades.
Yeah, as we get a look here at the 13 of Jaden Chapman, they're hooking up the tow truck.
There is damage from that tire, isn't there, Kyle?
Yeah, he made some pretty good impact with that tire. And a good thing that tire was there, because he would have went definitely right into that pit wall there, and that could have been a lot more serious. But yeah, he's...
Oh yeah, look at the damage there. You can see the undercarriage.
Yeah, that's that might ruin the night for Jaden Chapman there, as quite heavy damage to the passenger side of that car. And we're still...
Opening lap of the late models, you don't want to be on the business end of the tow truck. That's for sure. That even though all 4 tires might be still under that car, that heavy damage there, maybe the tow completely out on that 13 machine. And we believe the car up near the wall at the exit of turn 4 might be the 7 of Caleb Wood. We don't see, we're under red flag conditions obviously here at the Speedway. We don't see Caleb's number 7 on the backstretch. There you see what we believe might be the 7 car. Just waiting for confirmation on that, but we are under red flag conditions here at Delaware Speedway. We've completed 2 super stock heat races. This is the first of 2 late model heat races for 10 laps each. We have yet to complete a lap. That happened through the first entrance into turn 4 of the late models, and then we went into a 4-car incident. Don't forget, coming up, you want to stay with us coming up later tonight, King of the Hill Spectator race. And we mentioned, Kyle mentioned that we're almost into July. It's actually next Friday for Canada Day as we celebrate our nation's birthday. We will not be here with Rogers, but Delaware Speedway has a 2-day jam-packed weekend. If you're interested, DelawareSpeedway.com. Next Friday, 6 p.m. start time. Note the start time is 6 p.m. next Friday, race fans, with the Super Stock Series. The Modified Series is in town. So is the Hot Rod Series. Should be a great Friday night. Then on Saturday, July the 2nd, 5 p.m. start time. So 6 on Friday, 5 on Saturday. The APC Late Model Series is here at Delaware. Modified and the Hot Rods return for the second of their 2 nights. And then the Outlaw Super Late Models, which should be a fantastic car. DelawareSpeedway.com. We are under red flag conditions here at Delaware Speedway. We'll be right back. More racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Oil Guard's Formula 2 No Drip stays where the technician puts it, protecting your car or truck from the ravages of rust. With no messy residue on your driveway or garage floor, Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip is proven rust protection you can trust.
I'm Shannon Woolley, host of Batter Up Beachville on Rogers TV. Join myself and Doug Harris as we learn more about the first recorded baseball game in Beachville.
And I'm excited to be the new host of LDN ONT TV. Join me and my guests as we discuss the topics trending here in London, Ontario. Tune in Thursdays at 6:30 only on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Orr's Cal Friel up in the tower, Joey Langdon pit side. We're going to get the tow truck over here to who believed to be Caleb Wood in the 7 car after an opening late model lap crash involving 4 cars. It looks like we have maybe 1 tow truck right now in service, maybe waiting for a second one. Hopefully we have a second one coming, because this will delay things quite a bit, especially if we have multi-car incidents tonight.
Exactly. As we see, as we are under the red flag conditions, we are back to yellow flag conditions, so the cars are able to warm up their tires once again and get some caution laps in. As you mentioned, Chris, 1 tow truck to try and get multiple cars off the track that have been involved in this opening lap crash here. 4 cars were involved. It started with the lead car of Peyton Jacobs, and the 13 car of Jaden Chapman went into the tire there at the entrance of pit lane. And as we believe you said, Caleb Wood, the number 7 car, is the one getting towed out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And on screen right now, Kyle, you know the driver behind that number 18, don't you?
I do. He's family. He's my brother-in-law, as Patrick Friel is driving that machine, and he's looked pretty good so far this season. The last race he was in, he kind of was in an unfortunate event on the track, but nonetheless, he's looked pretty fast so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. First time they're racing the late models in 3 weeks here at Delaware Speedway. Let's go trackside. There he is, Joy Langdon.
Hi guys, yeah, I'm here down at Jaden Chapman's area. They are working frantically on this car. You saw the accident that happened. That caused a lot of issues underneath the car. I saw about 4 guys underneath the car a bit ago trying to fix that issue, but they're optimistic and confident that they're going to get this fixed sooner rather than later. And Chapman has not left the car yet. He put his helmet back on. He put his drive net back up. He feels confident that he's going to get back out there.
Thank you, Joy Langdon, trackside in the pit of the 13 of Jaden Chapman. And we have cleaned up the incident in turn 4, and you can see Joy was telling us there they are working on that right rear, and then in between, like right under the what would be a passenger door side that was crushed by the tire at the entrance of pit road.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see if they can get out maybe to finish a couple laps here in the heat race. If not the heat race, maybe the feature later on tonight. That's kind of the race where you want to be in, and you always want to be able to race in the feature.
As expected, that was the 7 of Caleb Wood. There's Caleb's car getting taken back into his pit area as we have white flag on the speedway here, signifying 1 lap to green. Our heat race now down to 8 vehicles. Peyton Jacobs back on the track. Marshall Schrenk back on the track with front hood damage on that 22. But it's going to be tough to read that number. I don't know. That might be the 60. I think that's the 60 of Ron Beauchamp Jr. At the point. On the outside will be the Rawlings machine. Jason Litzter inside row 2 in the 11 as we get set. No laps completed yet in this late model heat race number 1. Looking for green from starter Scott Mackey. We are racing again at the half mile. And the 96 actually Mark Jacobs on the outside of Beauchamp Jr. Great run for the 16. Here comes the brother-in-law on the outside for second spot. That's Friel in the 18, and the 18 looks hooked up too right now, Kyle.
Yeah, that high side, like we mentioned, has that new asphalt. It's still looking pretty fast. A lot of the drivers are taking the high side and being able to get that good run to make some passes.
Beauchamp Jr. in the 60, Friel in the 18, Litzter and Toll in the 11. That's a battle for second. There you see the leader just scooting on by. That's Mark Jacobs in the 96. Side by side still for second spot up to Delaware Hill in turn 2. Down the back, Beauchamp Jr. to 60. Friel, here comes Litzter. Got to the left corner panel of the Friel machine, but the 18 keeps it down out of turn 4, side by side for second.
Yeah, he's definitely given it with Beauchamp Jr. there. It now puts Patrick Friel in second for the time being, coming out of turn 2 to the back straightaway.
Steve Aaron up to 5th in the 37, Schrenk into 6th. The 17, Tom Zagarani, the former Truck Series champ, riding a late model this year, and Peyton Jacobs in 5th. There's your battle, 3-car battle for the second spot. Down the back, halfway, next time by, 5 to go as Jacobs comes around turn 4 to complete another lap.
As we see here, yes, Jacobs comes to the stripe. 5 to go here in heat race number 1 of the late model division. That battle for second through 4th as we see Patrick Friel dropping off a little bit on the pace.
Nose to tail, the entire field now. Beauchamp Jr. holding on to second. Litzter gets a nose onto the inside of the 60. Into turn number 2, Litzter's gotten by the Patrick Friel machine. Side by side now for second. Beauchamp Jr. under attack again, this time by Jason Litzter.
Litzter absolutely making it havoc here on Beauchamp Jr. for that second position. Beauchamp Jr. able to hold off just enough at the line here so far.
Yeah, the 60 looking a little loose, Kyle, especially in corner exit, both out of turn 2 and 4. Getting that right rear sliding out from under him a little bit. Litzter to the inside, battle for second. Jacobs, your leader. 2 laps to go. This time by.
It's been a pretty good heat race so far here in the first one of 2 for the late models, as Beauchamp and Lidster still giving that battle. Patrick Friel also trying to get into that race there for that 2nd and 3rd position.
Yeah, Friel looking for a mistake to maybe grab a spot. White flag on the speedway. It is Mark Jacobs out front. Beauchamp Jr. clears Lidster. Contact a little bit between Lidster and Friel. The front 4 nose to tail. Through turns 3 and 4, one final time. Checkers in the air for the 96. Oh, we're going to spin. Lidster's around. Contact.
Friel took Lidster out from the back as he was trying to make a pass, causing the 37 of Steve Aran to smash the side of the number 11 Lidster.
Yeah, that's T-Bone. That Lidster machine on the right side is caked in hard. Steve Aaron in the 37 trying to fire. You can see the flames coming out of the exhaust pipe trying to refire that 37, but heavy damage on that front end. Here comes your winner of late model heat race number 1. Wow, talk about some action. We had a red flag, we had 2 cautions and some heavy collisions in just 1 heat race for the late models.
Yeah, that's not even a feature race. We haven't even made it to the feature race, and we've had that kind of action here. As we see Mark Jacobs in the 96 in victory lane here, the heat race winner.
And sorry, Kyle, the 37, Steve around. Let's go trackside. There you see Joey Langdon. Let's go to Joey.
Here with the 7 car. What happened out there? You took a beating out there.
Yeah, by the looks of the tire marks there, I just got the brunt end of cars scattering. Cars spun out and people just went every different direction. I was just on the outside there and somebody just drove right into me. And unfortunately, it's the 2nd week that we've got a cut tire and problems, but we'll get it fixed up and hopefully get back out there.
Have to change how you drive for the feature? Or?
Yeah, just don't be around certain people. That's how it should change.
Thank you for not them right on the mic.
Like that.
All right, have a good.
Thank you.
All right, that's Joey Langdon. Not sure if Joey can hear us, but if he maybe can slip over to the 11 pit, I'd love to hear what Jason Lidster has to say after that late model collision.
Exactly, and then we see they're putting the quick dry down by the car of the 37, and yeah, that was quite a heat race here. Number 1 for the late model action here, as we see in pit lane. We have the cars lined up for heat race number 2.
And heat race number 2, on average, the way they do things here at Delaware Speedway, Kyle, the 2nd heat race should be the faster of the cars in that division. So this should be either a wreck fest or it'll be a nice 10-lap little heat race here for the late models. We'll have to see, but lots of cars with the damage in that opening heat for the late models, and unfortunately, quite a few of them might not be able to return for the feature tonight.
Yeah, that's right. As we see the cars, some of the cars went to the Tech Garage after that heat race. As we see now, the number 18 of Patrick Friel entering his pit after that race, and the 37 is entering his. But nonetheless, we are awaiting there the crew on the track, getting the quick dry all brushed away and getting some of the oil down. As we get a look at the 37 car, a lot of heavy damage to the front end there, as he was heavily involved in that last wreck.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Jason, because when I used to work here, it was fun. And actually, we'll get to that story in a sec. Let's go trackside to Joey.
All right, I'm down here with Jason Lidster. Jason, big incident at the end. What happened there?
I'm not really sure what's going on. For one point that you want to drive under somebody, that's insane. He would tell me all week about lack of respect out here, and then he does that to us. McCall Racing Enterprise, my sponsors, Bill Fair, McGregor, BDO Canada, Southwinds, DNS, man, these guys put a lot in this car. GWB, heating and cooling, like they want to see good results. We try to run clean, but stuff like that is just frustrating to no end.
So,
I don't know if there'll be a feature for us. We've got to assess the damage here.
All right, thank you very much. Good luck in the future.
Thank you, guys.
Joey trackside with the 11 of Jason Lister. The brother-in-law, Kyle, might be in a little bit of a conversation later with the 11.
Yeah, Lister obviously not happy coming out and getting the contact, getting spun around by the number 18 of Patrick Friel, but we'll have to wait and see what prevails of that, and exactly here at Delaware Speedway.
3 of 4 heat races complete. When we come back, late model heat race number 2. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Top to bottom, no drip rust protection at Oil Guard goes right to where your car or truck needs it most. From the engine compartment to the door panels, and 8 points in between, Oil Guard has you covered. One Oil Guard treatment will help you duck the rust for 1 full year.
When you choose Pizza Hut, you're supporting a local, family-owned and operated business. We've been serving our community for over 35 years and take great pride in what we do. From our family to yours, thank you for choosing Pizza Hut and supporting local.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
To Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares, Kyle Friel up at the tower, Joy Langdon pit side. That's only a quarter of the crowd here tonight, Kyle. Great crowd here on a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to see a night, finally a nice night here for racing at Delaware Speedway, and a lot of people out here with their kids and everything, enjoying a great night of racing at Delaware Speedway. What is it better to do on a Friday night than come out to Delaware and watch some good racing?
Absolutely. Getting set for late model heat race number 2. Before we get to that, as they get the double up signal, your brother-in-law Patrick Friel involved in an incident before we went to break. Do you guys ever talk at the dinner table or whatnot about stuff that happens on the track?
Sometimes. It all depends on exactly what happened, whether or not it gets talked about. I'm not the one to bring it up because I don't want to be put into the bad books or anything like that, but usually it's racing is kind of put to the back burner unless we're watching a NASCAR race or something on a Sunday afternoon. But
so it usually comes with dessert, not part of the main course.
Yeah, a little bit. If we're going to talk about it, it'll come a little bit later in the night when maybe everybody's kind of had a nice full belly.
So this is the late model heat race number 2, white flag in the air. This will be the faster cars on average based on the last time they raced, which is 3 weeks ago. They've been off for 3 weeks. This is their 3rd week, so they were off for 2 weeks. Barry Watson in the 45 will have the pole. Darrell Lake outside in the 77. That is the 73 of Cole Powell, who was our analyst last week and who did a pretty good job. Cole did a pretty good job, and he doesn't mince words. So he was. We were glad to have him on last week. Getting set, late model, heat race number 2. Looking for the green flag. Watson, your pole car in the 45. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Delaware. Watson and Lake side by side into the first corner. The 77 trying to fire back on the outside. Dead heat down the back. Connor Pritico in the 19 up the 3rd. Contact between Powell and Steckley. And Steckley's around in the middle of turn 3 and 4. Caution on the speedway. The 22, Kyle Steckley. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle Steckley making a little bit of contact coming out of turn 3, getting spun around there. Luckily, he avoided any contact with the wall, so that'll keep his machine intact. He's able to spin around and get the car going the right way.
Oh, he's
lost the tire there.
Yeah, I thought the left rear might have been down. He lost the complete tire as he rolls into the pits. There might have been contact with the 73 of Powell. We got to stop talking about drivers before they take the green, because then they're involved in an incident.
Yeah, so maybe we won't talk about any drivers, but nonetheless, it looks like Stackley will get to his pit stall under some good power there as the cleanup crew is out once again. here. And again, we haven't completed a lap of this heat race, and a yellow flag already out on the track.
Cole was talking last week, actually, at some point in the evening, because I asked him how the season's going, because late models had been off for a couple of weeks, and he said, you know, it's either mechanical or it's the driver. And he put a lot of onus on himself, too, and not quite sure what happened there, but there looked like to be contact with the 73. Nonetheless, we'll take a quick break. We'll get back to late model heat race 2 after this break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Motorists across Ontario trust Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip for proven rust protection. Oil Guard has been road tested against Ontario winters by hundreds of thousands of vehicle owners just like you. Oil Guard knows how to help you duck the rust.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics.
My name's Ranger M, and I work at Catfish Creek Conservation Authority. I'm the community outreach technician, and that means I do a lot of this, chatting about all things nature and conservation with kids, adults, teachers, everyone. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Welcome back. It's a beautiful Friday night. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Orr's, Kyle Friel up on the tower. Joey Langdon pit side. We've had an opening lap incident here in late model heat race number 2. Both involved vehicles back on the track. Cole Powell came in for service. So did Kyle Steckley. They changed the left rear on the 22 machine. Don't quote me on this, but I believe son of Scott Steckley, former CASCAR Series champ, former Penny Series champ. It's the top stock car series in Canada, north of the border. I believe that's Scott's son, but let's see if we can get a little bit of groove here and maybe go 10 caution-free laps for late model heat race number 2, Kyle.
Yeah, hopefully as we see the field doubled up, the lights of the pace car are off, so they will exit coming out of turn 3, and the green flag going to be in the air as these cars come down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. The pace car is off, and here we go, Chris.
Barry Watson, their point car. Darrell Lake in the 77 outside row 1. Green flag in the air. We're back to racing at the half mile. Connor Pritico up to the third spot inside row 2. Matt Robley in the 51 outside of the Pritico machine, and Darrell Lake gets a great launch out of turn 2. Up to the front of the field, Robley trying to follow him through.
Yeah, good push there by the 51 of Matt Robley as he's able to gain into second position just behind Darrell Lake, as now the rest of the field is kind of doubled up here and kind of falling into single file.
Pritico and Watson side by side for third. Here comes Jesse Kennedy. Watson got loose. Kennedy to the outside in the 10 machine up to fourth spot.
What a good push by the 10K of Jesse Kennedy as he's able to gain up some spots here in this heat race.
Front four, nose to tail. Watson on the inside of Ray Morneau. That's for fifth spot. Here's Lake out of turn 4. He's got Robley and Pritico nose to tail in the turns 1 and 2 one more time.
This heat race is going to come down to the wire, I believe, as we see nose to tail top 3 here coming out of turn 3 into turn 4.
Lake washed up the track just a little bit, but keeps the lead. Lake, Robley, Pritico, your front 3, followed by Kennedy now to the inside of Morneau for 4th. It's Kennedy, Morneau, Watson, McCullough, and then Powell. And in a battle at the back of the pack with the Steckley and the 27 of Matlock.
Yeah, we see the top 3 here on our screen. Still nose to tail as Darrell Lake is still holding on to a slight lead. Behind him is Matt Robley in the 51.
Robley trying to get a little nose in there. The 77 will shut the door. It looks like the 77 goes up about a half a car length in both ends of the racetrack, and Robley tries to stick that nose in.
Yeah, Robley trying to get that nose in to maybe try and gain that extra momentum to make that pass, but Darrell Lake doing a great job in the corners, making sure that he keeps Robley at bay.
Oh, the 51 looked like he backed up the corner there. They get a nice run through turn 4, but Lake will hold the lead as we have almost 2.5 laps to go in this late model heat race number 2.
Connor Pritico here in 3rd place. He's trying to do the same thing that Robley's doing the Lake here to gain positions as they come to the line. Pritico kind of turns out at a turn 4 coming up to the line.
2 laps to go, front 5, nose to tail. Pritico all over the back end of the 51 as the Lake tries to get away. Out to about a 2.5 car length lead. Into turn 3, white flag this time by for the 77 of Darrell Lake.
What a race for Darrell Lake here as he was able to avoid that opening lap caution, and he is pulling away here, but Pritico and Robley not going away without a fight.
Yeah, Robley might have used up the rubber just a little bit too early. Pritico to the inside, out of turn 4, checkered flag in the air for the 77 of Darrell Lake. It's going to be Robley, Pritico, Kennedy, and then Morneau, Watson, McCullough, Powell, Kyle Steckley in 9th, Matt Box. We're returning to Delaware Speedway for the first time in a long time. Rounds out the heat race in 10th spot, but Darrell Lake showing a little racy 77 tonight thus far. Robley might have maybe run the rubber out of that 51 a little bit too early because the 19 of Pritico was really pressuring him late.
Yeah, very late in the race there. Connor Pritico able to get up side by side to Lake, but Lake able to hold off Pritico for that 2nd position in the 2nd heat race of the late model division.
All right, let's go trackside to Joy Langdon. There he is.
I'm down here with Jane Chapman of the 13. Jaden, eventful heat race. What happened there?
First lap, everything just got bottlenecked up, and I ended up with nowhere to go, and I decided to add a 5th tire on the side of my car. It's not really recommended. It costs a lot of money, and you don't get much further.
So what's the situation with the feature? I see Joe Lawrence over there just snapped something. So how are we feeling about the car going forward?
Biggest concern right now is that our exhaust has been up around the drive shaft, so we can get that straightened out. I'll run it with no body, but I think this is going to be the end of our full-time season at Delaware. This is getting pretty expensive for us, and just want to say hi to my mom in Alberta. She just had a knee replacement. She's having some issues, but we know she's there and she's going to do better.
So you mentioned it's getting expensive. Do you think if you win tonight, you're going to be able to keep coming?
If I could pull off the win, that would definitely help. But this wreck alone is probably about $3,000 or $4,000, and we've already had a couple of bad wrecks this year. So,
all right. Well, good luck tonight, and we hope to keep seeing you out here.
Thank you.
Joy Lane in trackside with the Jaden Chapman, the 13 late model. Lots of things came out of that interview that I want to talk to you about after we come back from break. That does it for heat racing here from Delaware Speedway. Quick intermission at the track here, but we have plenty to talk about on the other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Oil Guard's Formula 2 No Drip stays where the technician puts it, protecting your car or truck from the ravages of rust. With no messy residue on your driveway or garage floor, Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip is proven rust protection you can trust.
Most people that have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, breaking through the stigma of addiction on Rogers TV.
Rogers TV has given me the opportunity to be involved within my local community, where I have met plenty of new people, experienced new things. I have done various production roles such as graphics, live audio, and camera work. Recently, I have been a part of the London Knights Rogers TV crew, and I have had a wonderful time there, being part of such an amazing and diverse group of individuals. I highly recommend it.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard, and a beautiful Friday night. Thank you very much for joining us. There you see Chris Soares and Kyle Friel here on the tower. We're going to go to Joey Langdon trackside in 1 second. I want to say welcome to everybody. Jaden mentioned, I think his mom watching in Alberta. I want to say thank you everybody watching on YouTube. We love it. We have lots of views every week, and we thank you for joining us. Let's go trackside to Joey Langdon.
I'm here with Peyton Jacobs and Mark Jacobs. Guys, you guys had a, well, let's call it an interesting race in the heat race. You had a great race. You had a great race as well until the incident. So you guys just want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, really happy with how we ran. I mean, did a lot of work in the shop this week. A ton of people here supporting us tonight. Quick shout out, my buddy Kyle's at home watching this. He turns 30 today, so happy birthday, man. But couldn't be happier with how we're running so far.
And Peyton, how do you feel about your race? Obviously didn't happen the same way as Mark's, but you still had a, let's call it an interesting race.
Yeah, I had a quick start there, but coming into turn 4, I got loose and the car came around on me, but I'm hoping for a better feature, and I'm happy that Mark got the win, so it's all as well, and I'm hoping to do better in the feature.
Yeah, and as we were talking about in the break, it's really a family affair. It's not just you guys, they're also your spotters, your brother you mentioned. So what does it mean to be coming out here racing as family, but also against family?
It's always fun, right? I mean, we grew up racing against each other, and we definitely give each other more room on the track than we would with other people, because I mean, our parents would be a little upset if we wrecked both cars at one time. So a little bit of give and take, but that's the game, right?
So Mark got you in the heat race. You're gonna get him back in the feature?
That's the plan. I'm hoping to.
All right, thank you guys, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, Joey Langdon trackside with Mark and Peyton Jacobs. I want to get quickly back Chris Soares, Kyle Friel, top of the tower here. Jaden Chapman, before we went to break, I think he said, I don't know if I'm going to continue racing here. It's getting pretty expensive. And that's the thing. It costs a lot of money. And Cole Powell talked about that a little bit last week as well. It's expensive, the race cars, no matter what division. Obviously, the higher the division, the more expensive it gets. That's why sponsors are such a key part of this sport.
Yeah, exactly. Sponsors obviously help back the cars being on the track here, whether it's just strictly at Delaware or if they're traveling around southwestern Ontario racing these cars. So, you know, it's something that these guys, they're not NASCAR drivers. That's not their job.
Right.
They have 40-hour-a-week jobs, plus this stuff that they're doing on their cars after their 5-day-a-week job to get these cars ready to go. So yeah, the money is definitely something that will play a factor, and we got to look at the 37.
Yeah, Steve Aron there.
His car is not looking too good with the hood up and just absolutely mangled there on the driver's side.
Yeah, if you joined us last week and we went down to Joey periodically throughout the evening, you notice it was probably a camera that looked distanced away, but we still had Joey on the screen. But if you notice tonight, it's not that the camera is uncontrollable, it's that it's actually a shoulder camera. We have another Kyle on tonight. Kyle is our shoulder camera. There he is right there. He is behind that lens down at trackside with Joy, and it's a nice little added element to the broadcast here on Rogers TV.
Yeah, most definitely. All the cameras, the angles we can bring you, the viewers, we want to do that. We want to make your experience watching this, whether it be on YouTube, television, or wherever you are watching these races on a Friday night at Delaware Speedway. We want to bring you the best camera angles possible. So kudos to them down in the pits, doing a great job down there tonight.
Yeah, and we have to add kudos to the guys in the truck because had a little bit of an issue. They were working their tails off to get us on the air. They did that. Maybe a few Band-Aids, maybe some rubber stamps or whatnot, but they did a great job. But the people behind the scenes, obviously you see Kyle and myself, you see Joey, but the people behind the scenes, and you've done work with Rogers and other sports as well. The amount of time to get here, you were saying, I think maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon they would get here to set up for a night of racing at Delaware Speedway. That's 2 o'clock, and racing started tonight at just after 7:45. So the prep work is unbelievable, and it needs to go with recognition, and they do a fantastic job.
Most definitely, yeah. You mentioned I do work with the London Nationals Junior B hockey team, and it's the same thing. If we don't, if they're not there helping set up the equipment, we don't get to go on air and bring the action to you guys. So, like you said, Chris, big kudos to the guys behind the scenes in the truck and beyond.
Absolutely. We're inside the intermission here at Delaware Speedway on a Friday night. When we come back soon, hopefully we will have twin 35-lap feature races with the Super Stocks and late models. And yes, folks, another King of the Hill Spectators race tonight. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by...
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
Do you have something to share? Let everyone know about your next meeting, your need for volunteers, or your fundraising event on the Rogers TV Community Billboard. Send us your words and we'll bring them to life on Rogers TV and rogerstv.com. When it's time to spread the word, go to rogerstv.com to add your announcement to the Community Billboard.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway inside the intermission here with Chris Soares and Kyle Friel. And speaking of Friel, let's go trackside with Joey Langdon.
Chris and Kyle. I'm down here with Kyle's brother-in-law, Patrick. And Patrick, eventful night so far. I talked to another one of the drivers earlier who had some choice words. Is that going to change how you race in the feature?
Not at all here. First, I'd like to say sorry to Jason Litzler, the 11 there, that last corner. Obviously, I got into him. I backed out of it. Didn't back out of it enough, so it is my fault. I apologize, Jason. I haven't been down to see you, but I will be.
So, and then the last time we had you guys on TV, you also had an incident with Connor Pritico at the end there. So that's a couple weeks in a row, at least that we've been here at Rogers, where you've had an incident that almost ended your night. So does that change how you're going to race tonight?
No, like I said, this team, they're behind me 100%. We put in 30 hours the week before last to put the car back together for the race that Connor got into us. So the team's still behind me. Crown, Rico Foods, all my sponsors, Hybrid Coil, Pennzoil, Shell, everyone that's behind me, staying behind me. That's not going to change how I race. Obviously tonight, that was my doing already. We're going to have to start at the back. We got black flagged after the race there for it. So it is what it is. We're going to work our way through. We have a fast car. Guys are behind me working on it, making sure it's ready so we can come to the front.
All right, good luck tonight. Sounds like it's going to be a fun one.
Thank you.
All right, Joey, thank you so much. They're trackside with Patrick Friel, obviously, who you know very well, sending apologies through us to Jason Litzler, but also Patrick did say he's going to go down to the 11 pit and talk to Jason himself.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. You don't ever want to see a car get wrecked, whether it's in a heat race or a feature. So good on Patrick to kind of own up to what happened there in the heat race and make sure he makes good of it, so that you, at the end of the day, you're all buddies off the track. You all kind of you're in the same sport. You do the same thing every Friday night. So you want to make sure that you're in good standing with everybody that you race against.
So we have 2 super stock heats done, 2 late model heats done. What do you see coming up for the 35-lap features for each division?
Well, we'll start with the super stocks. If it is anything like what we had with Vanderwitz and Culver there at the end of that heat race, then I can say for myself I'm going to be darn excited to watch that 35-lap feature go momentarily. And then moving into the late model division, it's going to be interesting. I've seen Steckley. He's been a fast machine in the first couple of weeks of the season for this division. Ray Morneau, he's in the point lead, so he's always going to be a contender. So it's all going to be depending on how the cars run, and if I think Jesse Kennedy in the 10K car, he's just hitting up into the late model races this week.
Yeah.
So he might be one to watch out for, as he's raced in other divisions here at Delaware. So
yeah, and he tested his car last week during the V8 stock, because they have that 21.4 second rule. We'll talk about that when we see the V8 stocks next time on Rogers TV. But we're getting set for 35 lap features, the super stocks, and the late models. We'll talk more about what Kyle just said after the break. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Motorists across Ontario trust Oil Guard Formula 2 No Drip for proven rust protection. Oil Guard has been road tested against Ontario winters by hundreds of thousands of vehicle owners just like you. Oil Guard knows how to help you duck the rust.
For over 50 years, White's Rental has been providing local contractors and members of the DIY crowd with professional quality lawn and garden tools, aerial lifts, and construction equipment. White's Rental, we have the right equipment to make your project easier.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games, with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing, live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard, and special good evening to those of you watching on YouTube. Chris Soares, Kyle Friel. We're getting set for Super Stock and late model feature racing. They call this guy the Bear. Let's go trackside. Joey has Barry Watson. Joey?
Yep, down here with the 45 team. Bear, how are you feeling about the heat race? And I saw you working on your car. Does it feel good for the feature?
It got a lot better as we went there, but I think I made a bad adjustment for the start there, and she was a little all over the place. And we were a little in the way there for a minute, so hopefully in the longer run we'll be a little better.
Where are you starting this race?
I haven't seen the board yet, but she'll be third on the inside. Oh my. So hopefully we got that adjustment figured out and we can fire off quick, otherwise we're going to be in the way again.
So are you going to be getting your elbows out early?
We might have to, but I've learned over the years that any revenge usually just ends up costing me money and time. So we'll just try and do what we normally do, stay clean and run this thing through to the end, hopefully be there at the end.
All right, good luck tonight.
Great, thanks.
Joey Langdon trackside with Barry Watson. He said starting inside row 3 for his feature race, but he didn't seem too keen on it. And even though the inside is the preferred line around the half mile here, obviously he's not comfortable with the way the car is handling, and he might just be in the way, he said.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously if you're not happy with how the car is handling, you might not want to be in that preferred position. You might want to be a little bit outside so you can have that room and let some of the faster cars maybe get around you, and then work your kinks out and then make your moves later in the race. So we'll definitely have to see what he's going to be doing here in the feature race.
Yeah, for sure. Let's look at the Super Stock standings so far this year. Pete Vanderwist has mentioned a 2-point lead. This is after heat races now. Tonight over Ryan Dyson, Jay Durer in the 3rd spot, Ferreira, Ramsey, Culver, who won a heat race tonight, Chobak, Pinsonneau, Lapsevich, and Verhoeven, your top 10 in Super Stocks. The thing about the Super Stocks, over the last, 3 or 4 years, I think they really started to come in their own. The last year I worked as an announcer here at the Speedway, I think maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and now they've come into a status where people, even though the late models might not be running on a certain week, Kyle, people are coming because they want to watch the Super Stocks because they're so darn competitive over the last few years, and the car count is always great with the Super Stocks.
Yeah, exactly. The Super Stock division has definitely, from what I've seen, been one that is very competitive. As you mentioned, we saw it here in the heat race today with Culver and Vanderwitz going toe-to-toe at the line to for even a heat race.
Yeah.
So you know these guys are hungry and competitive, and they don't want to give an inch on the track, whether it be a heat race and or a feature race.
Absolutely. DelawareSpeedway.com for ticket information. We will not be here next week for Canada Day, but it's a 2-night event here at the Speedway. Friday night, 6 p.m., Super Stocks, Modifieds, and the Hot Rods are visiting. The Modifieds and Hot Rods here for both nights. The start time, check the start time, 6 p.m., not 7:30 next Friday on Canada Day. Saturday, July the 2nd, 5 p.m., APC Late Model Series, the Modifieds and Hot Rods for night number 2, and the Outlaw Super Late Models, which is going to be a fantastic 2-day event here, DelawareSpeedway.com for ticket information. So now the sun's starting to come down, the shades are off, which means the track will cool down a little bit. There's still humidity in the air, but it'll cool down a little bit, which adds grip. We should see that second groove come into play even more, but we already saw it being used earlier today.
Most definitely, and we've made mention it on previous broadcasts that since this new asphalt's been put in here at Delaware Speedway, a lot of drivers tend to go to the high side and have been doing real well with that, being able to get that good run off the high side and make some passes there. So we'll definitely have to wait and see heading into the feature races what groove these drivers want to take in order to come away with a victory.
Yep, just minutes away now from the end of intermission. As you can see, the Super Stocks getting lined up for their 35-lap feature. We have more on the other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil.
When you choose Pizza Hut, you're supporting a local, family-owned and operated business. We've been serving our community for over 35 years and take great pride in what we do. From our family to yours, thank you for choosing Pizza Hut and supporting local.
Hi everyone, my name's Ranger M. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m., it's the RTV quiz. Giovanni Petiti hosts a weekly trivia competition that lets you play from the comfort of your couch. Play along at home and challenge your friends. And don't forget to follow along on social media. Let us know who's top of trivia, and you can find yourself featured on a future episode.
Are you kidding me, folks?
The RTV quiz, Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. on Rogers TV or at rogerstv.com/RTV quiz.
Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Orr's, Kyle Friel in the tower. Let's go trackside to Joy Langdon.
I'm here at Lloyd Rawlings' car. It's a nice car. That's not a nice hole. So in the first heat race, you saw his car get damaged a lot. Here it is, a giant hole in the number panel. So from what I've been told from the team, it's purely cosmetic, and they've made some adjustments to the car and handle perfectly fine. But that is not how you want that car to look.
Thank you, Joy Trackside. We assure you, race fans, that was indeed Joy with a nice little... And cameraman Kyle, brand new trackside camera. Yeah, if this was higher speeds, if it was a 3/4 mile or maybe even a mile track, that would definitely cause some handling issues for the Rawlings machine, but not on a half mile.
Right, yeah, so good enough for the Rawlings machine that they're going to be able to run the feature. As we heard Joey say, they made a few adjustments. Obviously, you're going to have to make adjustments when you have a hole and some air can get through there, but nonetheless, they'll be able to get on the track for their feature race and make sure that they might come away with a decent finish.
All right, so it looks like the Super Stocks are pretty much lined up on pit road, ready to be introduced to the track. We have flagman Scott Mackey in the flag stand, so we're just minutes away. As you can see, the car is rolling out the track, so when we come back, we'll have the 35-lap Super Stock feature on a Friday night at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Top to bottom, no drip rust protection at Oil Guard goes right to where your car or truck needs it most. From the engine compartment to the door panels, and 8 points in between, Oil Guard has you covered. One Oil Guard treatment will help you duck the rust for 1 full year.
I'm Jennifer Slay, the host of What's Up London. Join me each week as I meet Londoners who are doing extraordinary things and helping to make the city a better place to live. Watch What's Up London Mondays only on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Melissa Yee, Community Engagement Specialist at Rogers TV. Volunteering at Rogers TV during my high school years provided a great opportunity for me to learn on-air reporting and writing, which helped me get into the college I wanted with that experience. The skills I learned while volunteering at Rogers TV were invaluable, and it has now led me down my career path of now overseeing the volunteer program at Rogers TV.
Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Orr's Kyle Friel up in the tower. As you can see, we have super stock cars out on the track. Going to get formed up for a 35-lap feature, Kyle. This should be a good one.
Yeah, we see on the backstretch there, the 22 had a little bit of a problem there. He's back and ready running, so as the cars are going around under the yellow flag, we see the 17. That is David Rockwood. He'll sit in the pole position. So we'll see what kind of feature race we get, Chris, as the heat races were not one to shake a stick at. They were all competitive.
Yeah, it looks like 6 of the top 7 in the feature are from heat race number 1, which was the slower heat on average. So this will be interesting with some faster cars coming through the field. It's going to be the pole sitter Rockwood. Outside row number 1 will be the 45 of
Ryan Bright.
Ryan Bright. And then we have the 2 of Doug Stewart inside row number 2. The 93 of Carson Nagy will be outside row number 2. Then the 43, love that Richard Petty paint scheme, Jay Dewar. And the 43 will be inside row number 3. And then it's going to be the 89 machine inside row number 4, and that is the Sean Chenoweth machine. Sorry, outside row number 3. Then it's the 73 of Nick Troback inside of Andrew Ferrer, row 4. Row 5 is Vanderwist and Culver. Row 6 is Dyson inside row 6 on his outside Nick Ramsey. And then the 22 of Chase Pinsino, the next row back. Inside of the 71 of Connor Van Steensel. And then we have the 77 of Brandon Verhoeven, the 12 Ryden Lapsevich, the 4 Lonnie Thompson, the 56 Darren Thurkettle. And we never saw the 91 in the heat race, so we'll wait to see if we can pick up his transponders. Cody Coburn in the 91 will start shotgun on this field. White flag on the Speedway, 35 laps of super stock feature racing coming up, Kyle.
Yeah, we are going to be in for one heck of a race, as you did mention. The front of the field was from Heat 1, the slower of the two. So the fast cars are going to start from the back, and we're going to see if they can do what they did in their heat race, and that's be a fast car to move up the field as we get ready for the green flag coming up.
Yeah, I think the first set of cars from heat race number 2 are row 4, Troback and Ferreira. Out of turn 4, 35 laps to put in the books. Green flag, we're racing with the super stocks. Rockwood and Bright into turn 1, side by side, up the Delaware Hill, down the back. Here comes Carson Nagy trying to grab a spot. 3 wide into turn 3, and Jay Dewar backs it off a little bit.
This race is competitive off the jump as the front pack, we go side by side. A little bit of contact here as we enter turn 1, as that's the 93 of Carson Nagy. He was trying to get around the 17.
Nagy trying to get to the left rear quarter panel of the Rockwood machine. Now he's there, side by side through turns 3 and 4 to complete another lap. It's a dead heat for the lead.
Rockwood comes to the line. He's still in the lead, but Nagy makes the pass out of turn 2 down to the back straight.
New leader, the 93 of Carson Nagy. Here comes the 89 now, Sean Chenoweth to the inside, and Rockwood looking for second spot. Ferreira on the inside of Bright now for position behind Jay Dewar. The front 7 trying to separate themselves from the rest of the field.
As we see the 43 there of Jay Dewar, he is making a charge as he's in 3rd position. He's going to be trying to get into Chenoweth now for that 2nd spot.
Yeah, Jay Dewar in tow behind him is Andrew Ferreira, the former champion, or the reigning champion. He's got Trevor Culver in tow as well, and Rockwood caught on the outside. There's Dewar and Ferreira down the back, battle for 3rd, going into turn number 3.
We see Carson Nagy, he's pulling away at the lead. Chenoweth here in 2nd place. And as Jay Dewar in 3rd, as him and Ferreira are battling for 3rd and 4th.
There's the field out of turn 2, down the back. 5 laps gone, 30 to go. Everybody pretty much nose to tail. Verhoeven battling Stewart side by side back in the pack, but Nagy trying to get away out to about a 9-car length lead. In through turns of 1 2, down the back. There you see, that's Chenoweth in the 89, Jay Dewar in the 43. Battle for 2nd spot. You'll see Ferreira and Culver coming into the picture right there in 4th and 5th, the front 5, trying to get away from Vanderwist, the points leader.
Yeah, we see here, everybody just wants to maintain their positioning now and wait for a mistake later in the race to try and gain some position as Jay Dewar is passing Chenoweth here for 2nd place.
Side by side for 2nd, Dewar on the inside, Chenoweth on the outside. Here's Ferreira as well, joining that battle in the red number 9. This is exactly what Nagy wants to see, Kyle. That battle way back in his rearview mirror.
That's right. Nagy seeing the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th going. That means he can continue to pull away and have a great lead here, pulling up to the stripe. 26 to go.
Chenoweth caught on the outside, and the freight train might go by him. He's dropped the spot to Dewar. Now Ferreira to the inside, and Culver trying to follow him through.
As we see Culver there, he was great in his heat race, and he's making some charge up the field as he's now in behind Ferreira trying to make the pass on the inside on Chenoweth.
It's Ferreira up to a 3rd spot. Now Culver side by side with Chenoweth. That's for 4th. And there you see the 7. That's the points leader. Vanderwist has come to the front.
Yeah, that's not a surprise there, as Vanderwist has been a fast car throughout this series so far this season, and now he's pulling up in behind Culver and Chenoweth.
And Vanderwist looks a little racy, almost went 3 wide out of turn 4, trying to get to the inside of Culver. They'll go 3 wide down the back. And Vanderwist very smartly backs out of that.
Yeah, you do not want to be caught in 3 wide going into a corner. He backs away and gives himself a shot to make another push here. Oh, little bump by Culver there on Vanderwist Jr. keeps himself in position.
Vanderwist is loose and he's off the pace high in turn number 2. It's a blown tire probably on the right side of that machine. Look out, traffic coming, and they got to be careful. And we'll go caution on the speedway.
Yeah, Vanderwist there as they were coming around through the stripe. He got into contact with Culver and kept himself out of the wall, which was great, but ended up on that contact losing a tire, so he'll pull into the pits and make a quick adjustment, hopefully to get back out on the track.
There you see Marks on the right side of the 7. He is your points leader, by the way, just by 2 right now, race fans. But that you nailed it right on the head, Kyle. That started out of turn 4. Contact with the front leaders in this Super Stock feature. 23 to go, Super Stock feature on the racetrack. We're under caution. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
Favorite part of volunteering at Rogers has been picking up new tech skills like running cameras or graphics and getting to volunteer with and meet people in a super fun sports-based environment.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back. A beautiful Friday evening at the Delaware Half Mile. Chrysaorus Capril up in the tower. Joey Langdon at trackside. We are under caution. Super stock feature. We had contact. There you see the 7. That's the points leader. Pete Vander was contact. Trying to go 3 wide out of turn 4. Contact with the 1 at Trevor Culver. That started at the exit of turn 4 and almost spun through turns 1 and 2, Kyle, and ended up having a tire go down.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of was a little dangerous as more traffic was coming in behind him. He was trying to get up and out of the way onto the high side. Luckily enough, everybody was able to miss him. But I want to point out now as we have this restart, as we see Vanderwitz get back on the track, Carson Nagy now has to have a good restart here. He had a huge lead before that caution. As we get ready to restart, they're coming to the restart zone right now.
Out of turn 4, Nagy the point car. Green flag on the speedway. Let's quickly go trackside to Joey Langdon.
A couple different pit crews, and they're petitioning for the number 7 to receive a lay-in-bay penalty because they say he intentionally brought out the caution when he was perfectly fine to drive. That should be petitioning a 2-lap penalty. We'll have to see.
Joey Langdon trackside, battle for the lead up front. It's Jay Dewar on the high side, Carson Nagy on the inside. That petition might be still being conversed that Joey was talking about, but Vanderwist obviously put it at the back of the field. They think maybe he brought the caution unintentionally. We have to wait to see if there's a penalty before the feature's done.
Exactly here as we get a look at Dewar and Nagy. They're side by side to the stripe, and Dewar might be able to go to the high side and make a pass here.
93 Nagy, 43 Dewar, Ferreira in the 3rd spot. Then it's Chenoweth and Culver, your top 5. Then the rest of the field. Still side by side around a half mile. Nagy will nose out in front. And a warning from the flagman, Scott Mackey, I believe, to the 07 Nick Ramsey. Was either him or the 28 at Dyson. He pointed at him on the last time across the stripe. There's the battle for the lead, Kyle. They're still side by side.
Side by side. They have not left each other's side since the restart. And Dewar and Nagy are going to be in a battle going into turn 1.
The 43 doing his darndest to stay on that right side of Nagy. Nagy edges in front, down the back. And it's very interesting because this battle up front kind of distancing themselves just a bit from Ferreira. Finally, they go back to single file.
There it is, back to single file. Dewar maybe having enough, waiting for maybe a mistake of Nagy later on in the race to make a pass. He thinks he's going to have a better chance later on.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, back in the pack, the points leader up 7 spots since we went back to green. Pete Vanderwist going through this field like a hot knife through butter. He's back in 15th spot.
Yeah, Vanderwit's always a fast car there. He makes another pass, a little loose coming up to the stripe.
Ramsey's
and
around.
the 07 around. Smoke on the track brings out a caution.
There you see the 07 of a Ramsey. I saw that late, Kyle. I don't know if you got a good look on it, but by the time I turned, he was already spinning towards the inside wall.
Yeah, we were so intrigued by Vanderwitz as he was making a good push. We were not able to clearly catch what happened to the 07 of the 07 machine there, but looks no worse for wear as they're able to get back to the right side of things here on the track and up to speed, no problem here as the caution has been brought out for yet another time here in this feature race.
Ramsey comes down pit road, gives us a chance to step away. We'll be right back with 17 to go in the Super Stock feature from Delaware Speedway on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Don't be distracted and leave your cooking unattended.
Stand by your pan and look while you cook.
Hi, my name is Gerald. I'm a volunteer here at Rogers TV. Really happy with all the great things I've learned doing video productions for Rogers. all the great people I've met, and being part of a great community.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff, and we're back with Season 3. This season, we've had the opportunity to see some great backyards, to have some fantastic food cooked on some great grills, and this season, we're helping you take your barbecue game up by adding some great barbecue tips from some local experts on anything from spices to knife care and using the proper wood to smoke some great food. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff, Season 3.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. There you see Nick Ramsey involved in the latest incident with 17 laps to go. White flag on the speedway. I believe we're going trackside to Joey Langdon. Joey.
Hey guys, yeah, that incident happened right in front of me. It looked like 3 cars got into each other. I talked to Nick Ramsey's pit crew, and they're adamant that it was Dyson that caused the incident, that got into Ramsey. I also saw Chase Pinsino involved there, but it looks like he avoided most of the damage. So it was Ramsey, Pinsino, and Dyson involved. It looks like Ramsey got the worst of it, but he's back out there.
Back to green flag racing in the super stock features. You saw the field roar by Joey. Side by side, then Nagy and Dewar will resume their battle, Kyle.
Yeah, the battle for first and second. Oh, a little loose, a little contact there on Dewar and Nagy. And Dewar able to keep it. Now they're going to go into single file.
Andrew Frere remains in third spot. Side by side battle for fourth. It's Culver on the inside of Chenoweth. And a side by. Oh, we got a wreck in between turns 1 and 2. Bright is around. I believe Doug Stewart's involved. Heavy front damage on the 28 of Dyson. And we got caution on the speedway.
Yeah, that is a 3-car pileup we see exiting turn 1 into turn 2. And as we see some good debris off the front end of the
71's Connor Van Steensel. He's in on that too, Kyle.
Van Steensel into it. The 45, that is Ryan Bright. He's involved. The number 2 car, I believe, that's the one with the heavy front end damage.
Doug Stewart.
Don't know if you'll be able to fix that one.
There was actually a 4th car involved too. Ryan Dyson came around to the service of his crew. We'll try and dissect what just happened with 16 to go here in the Super Stock feature. We'll be right back. It's Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Yeah, that'll be a clean.
Don't get caught unprepared this summer. White's Rental is your one-stop shop for lawnmower tune-ups and repairs. You can visit us at our new location, 785 Little Simcoe Street.
Rogers TV has given me a ton of opportunities, including meeting new people, getting involved with my local community, and trying a ton of variety of different production roles, such as graphics, camera, and audio.
Monday nights, a winner with Optimus TV Bingo on Rogers TV. With a weekly prize board of $3,000, the money raised funds projects to help the youth in our community. You can pick up your cards at over 90 locations across London, and for only $2, you get 6 chances to win. Watch, play, and win every Monday night at 8 p.m. with Optimus TV Bingo on Rogers TV, or streamed live at rogerstv.com.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Chris Soares got Frill up in the tower, Joy Langdon trackside. And it's funny because, and I don't mind talking about the guys in the truck when we're live on the air, but what we don't, and we have, is that Ryan Dyson in the 28? It is the 28 of Ryan Dyson. And I've seen some of Ryan Dyson's. He does a lot of YouTube videos. He's got a dash cam in the car or whatnot, but he looks like he's out of the race.
Yeah, he was given a nice salute there in a kind of a sarcastic way there, as he is none too pleased as he has his helmet and Gatorade in hand, walking to who knows. Oh, now he's going to stop and talk to a pit crew there. He is fired up here. Not sure exactly what pit crew he's talking to, walking past the pit crew of Patrick Frill, and now he's going to who knows where he's going.
Well, it's either the Van Steensel pit, it's either the Stewart pit, or the Bright pit. Those are the 4 cars involved in this latest caution. Let's go trackside to Joey Langdon.
I'm here with Doug Stewart, who's just getting out of the car. How you doing, Doug?
I'm okay, but I'm not real happy.
What happened out there?
There's a lot of over-aggressive driving for 15th, 16th position or wherever I was, and it just doesn't seem like the thing to do if you're all that bright, because if it's not your night, it's not your night. You're not going to win from 15th or 16th back.
It sounds like we have a lot of people in the pit lane getting really visibly upset. You seem a lot more calmer, but you sound a little upset as well.
I've been racing 41 years, so it's not my first time at the rodeo, but when you pay your own bills, it's not a good night.
So that's been a topic of discussion tonight. It seems like it's going to be quite a bit to fix this one, but you feel confident you're going to get back out next week. Is winning a big thing for you right now, or is it going to be making sure you finish ahead of that guy right now?
Right now, I'm not even sure if I'll be out next week. The one good thing about having really no sponsorship is that you don't have to answer to anybody for being here or not being here. If we're not ready, then it's just we're not ready. That's all.
All right, well, we hope to see you the rest of the way, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Joey Langdon, trackside with the blue deuce of Doug Stewart, and Joey's right. That seems to be the theme tonight, Kyle. As far as it's expensive to race, and we're getting caught up in stuff. I don't know if we're going to come back the next week.
Exactly right, and like the deuce driver said, he's like, hey, the problem with not having sponsors, and then you don't have to answer to anybody. So if you're not here, the sponsor ain't going to ask any questions. But hey, we're going to get back to green flag racing rather here on the track.
16 to go. We're racing again at the half mile with the super stock. And we'll see if the Nagy-Dewar battle continues side by side. We got 3 wide out of turn number 2 as Lapsevich is caught on the high side. Nagy to the lead. Dewar trying to file in the second. Ferrer right there with Culver.
Vanderwist in the middle of that as well. He's trying to go up the field.
Vanderwist up to 6th spot now. He was involved in an instant, had to start at the back. The front 5, single file for Verhoeven's up to 5th in the 77. There's a battle with Vanderwist and Chenoweth. That's a battle for 6th right now. The points leader in the 7 trying to come back to the front.
That's right, as we see here coming into turn 1. The first 4 cars are all single file, and that race in the middle of the pack is heating up.
The lead pack trying to stretch themselves out a little bit, side-by-side racing near the back, but Nagy will lead the train around to complete another lap. 13 to go here, super stock feature.
As we come into the back stretch here, it's Dewar and Ferreira battling for 2nd and 3rd. Culver in 4th as they're all single file going to come into turn 4.
Out of turn 4, Nagy, Dewar, Ferreira, Culver, Verhoeven, Vanderwist, Chenoweth, Troback. That is your top 8 cars right now in this super stock division.
Nagy able to pull away here from Dewar, but going into turn 3, Dewar a little bit closing up the gap.
Here's the problem, though. Who's going to step out of line? Because if you step out of line to grab a spot and can't grab that spot, you got a ton of cars waiting to take yours.
Exactly. So we're going to see how that plays out as they all stay single file here. And with coming up 11 to go, coming up to the stripe, 10 to go, we're going to see what kind of racing is going to finish out this race.
Here comes the field out of turn 4. Let's go trackside. Joey with Ryan Dyson.
I'm here with Ryan Dyson. Ryan, what happened out there? The 07 just driving like the 07. You can't drive like that and turn yourself off of someone's nose. You can't do that. And then for some reason I get sent to the back because he turns himself off my nose. I don't know how that works, but then when you get put to the back, something happens in front and we drive right into it.
So what's the big issue right now?
Oh yeah, the rad's sitting right in the middle of the motor. We got a lot of work to get ready for next week. We got a YouTube vlog. Check out JRD Motorsports on YouTube if you want to see us put it back together.
All right, and so what's going to be your big strategy going in the next race when you come out?
Just get the car back together and have the same speed we've had all year. We're a championship contender, I think. This really hurts now, but I think we'll get the car back together. Next week's not a points race for this, but We're championship contenders in that series too, I think. So just get it back together and make sure we have the same speed we've had all year.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Joy landing with Ryan Dyson. Kyle quickly. Dyson continues to be hot.
Exactly. He involved in a couple of incidents there and not too happy with how the decisions were made after those incidents. Nonetheless, his night is done, and we're back to racing here as we have Ferreira battling with Culver here, and the 77 that's the 77 of Verhoeven and Vanderwitz also battling here.
Lapsevich is slow on the apron in turn 3. He's going to duck into the pit lane, the front 2, trying to get away. It's Nagy and Dewar out front. There's the battle for 3rd on your screen. It's Ferreira, Culver, Verhoeven, Vanderwitz, and now Chenoweth trying to join and make it a party for 5 down the back.
Yeah, the top 2 are pulling away as we thought might happen. Also, the 45 here at the back is running into some issues as the lap traffic here is coming up here.
Yes, the 45, that's right down slow on the inside groove. The safety workers tell him to pull in, he'll do so, and we will stay green on the racetrack. The front 2 nose to tail through 3 and 4, 3 laps to go. This time by for Carson Nagy. Vanderwitz to the high side of Verhoeven for 5th.
Vanderwitz making a huge trek up the field. As we see on our screen, it's Nagy and Dewar battling for 1st and 2nd as we wind down into the final laps of this feature race in the Super Stock division.
Popsicle sticks in the air this time by. 2 laps to go for Carson Nagy out front. Dewar in his rearview mirror. Ferreira is 3rd, Culver in 4th, and Vanderwitz from the back of the field has gone coast to coast like butter on toast up to the 5th spot. And there's Dewar looking to the inside in turn 3. Expecting a white flag this time by. The leaders are going to settle it amongst the 2 of them. White flag at the speedway.
Dewar backs off there, crossing the stripe. He has to make a move here. The last couple of corners if he wants to pass Nagy for the win.
Into turn 3, one final time. Carson Nagy out front. Jay Dewar trying to get him out of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. It's going to be the 93 of Carson Nagy. Jay Dewar will finish 2nd. Andrew Ferreira 3rd. And Trevor Culver will get a nose in front of Vanderwist for 4th. What a super stock feature here at Delaware Speedway. Once we got settled and into a groove, Kyle, they really put on a show.
Well, most definitely. The best show there was Nagy and Dewar after the very first restart. They were side by side for a very long time, and then they finally settled in into single file line. And but they did have a nice race, a nice battle, but Nagy comes away with the feature race win.
Absolutely, a great win for Carson Nagy. You see the 93 coming to a victory lane. We're going to send it momentarily down the trackside, I believe, with Jamie Maudsley. We'll have to wait and see who's doing the trackside interview, but the passing award, Kyle's got to go to Vanderwist.
Yeah.
He was up at the front of the field, got put to the back after a caution, and then went all the way up to 5th.
Yeah, so good on Vanderwitz, and you know he's the point leader for a reason. He's a very fast car, so able to gain a lot of spots and points in this race, going from the back and finishing 5th here in the feature.
Absolutely. I think we're going to go trackside. Here comes Carson out of the cockpit. Let's go trackside to Jamie Maudsley.
Carson Nagy in the 93. Carson, come on around here. You can tell the folks how easy this was.
Not at all, man. Jay Dewar had me sweating for the last 20 laps or so there. Just got so tight at the end. I was expecting him to punt me out of the way and kind of drive off.
But you were able to hold him off.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to. Just started to get tight and held on to it, luckily.
Did you know you had this good of a car? I mean, that heat race, you just waxed him.
I wasn't too sure after that heat. We struggled a bit with the car. It wasn't the best I wanted, but we worked with Joe Lawrence all day on the thing, and he got this thing working beautifully for the end.
Hey, I know you got a lot of sponsors you want to thank here in Victory Lane.
Yeah, I got to thank Queenston Chevy, Fielding Estate Winery, Quick Wick Fire Starter, Thompson Photography, RPM Racewear, and Pennzoil for today, and all you guys for coming out tonight. Thank you.
Hey, I want to address one more thing that's important to you. I know this is one of the cool parts about your racing program, and just you. You do a lot of work for the Kids Helpline. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's, mental health things I struggle with every day, and I know everyone has their own problems, and I think it's important to be able to talk about them and feel okay with it, right? And it means a lot to me, especially because I know how the way I feel, and it sucks doing it alone. So just hope everyone's doing all right out there, and yes, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carson Nagy.
There we go. Carson Nagy is your Super Stock feature race winner. When we come back, 35 laps from the late models plus King of the Hill. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
I'm Shannon Woolley, host of Batter Up Beachville on Rogers TV. Join myself and Doug Harris as we learn more about the first recorded baseball game in Beachville. Watch it on Rogers Cable, rogerstv.com. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. Trackside to Joey Langdon.
Down here with Nick Ramsey. Nick, tough race out there. What happened?
It was, it doesn't help starting deep in the field, but we made some good adjustments on the car after the heat race, and we were going forward. I think we were up to 7th, so overall we're pretty happy with the adjustments made on the car. I think we're going in the right direction.
So I just talked to another car down the lane here. He said he wasn't too happy with how you raced out there. Any comment?
We've had our incidents end of last year. I think best thing to do here is I'm going to watch the replay first, and at the very least we're going to come back faster next week.
All right, and then as for next week, you're coming out here again. How does it feel coming out here week after week at Delaware, whereas some of the guys in the other series don't come out here week after week?
Yeah, it definitely helps having home track advantage. Delaware is not an easy place to get around, so it helps to race here almost every Friday night. So we've got that in our back pocket for us.
All right, thank you very much, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joey Langdon trackside with Nick Ramsey, as the late models are now out on the track. We have King of the Hill Spectator race coming up after this feature. You don't want to miss it. We just heard 18 cars registered for King of the Hill and no defending champ from last month. Viper is not here. We will have a new winner. King of the Hill, there's the Jason Lidster machine, Kyle. My goodness, it's talk about air conditioning, plus you can see right in to see Jason along the front stretch.
Yeah, saw that. He was coming out of pit lane and saw that, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be an interesting race for him. But nonetheless, good to see him out on the track trying to get some laps in this feature.
So we're going to have the 22 Marshall Shrike will be your pole car. Outside row 1, Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. Mark Jacobs, the heat race winner tonight. Inside row 2 on his outside, Barry Watson. Row 3, Ray Morneau, Jesse Kennedy. Row 4, Connor Pritico, Matt Robley. Row 5, Darrell Lake and David McCullough. Row 6, Cole Powell and Kyle Steckley. Row 7, Matt Box and Lloyd Rawlings. Row 8 will be Tom Zangarani on the inside, Peyton Jacobs on the outside. Row 9, Jaden Chapman, who's back on the track. Patrick Friel, and then Jason Lidster. Good to see Chapman and Lidster back out on the track as well. Not quite sure why Patrick's starting that far back. I have no answer to that. I thought he was going to be middle pack for sure, but he's starting the 18, starting second last to scratch in this 35 lap feature.
Well, and the thing we're going to watch here, don't know if anything's going to happen, but Lidster starting in behind Friel, and they're the ones that kind of got involved in the heat race. So see what happens here. But yeah, Patrick Friel starting at the back, going to have a lot of work to do, but he believes in himself. He believes he has a fast car. So we'll see what he can do in the rest of this field, as it's going to be a good feature here, 35 laps in the late model division.
That Lidster machine looks like a modified with no fenders. This is exactly what it looks like on the right side of that 11. That's unreal. White flag on the Speedway, getting set 35 laps, late model feature from Delaware Speedway on a Friday night. And let's go trackside to Joy quickly.
Hey guys, yeah, you may notice there's a couple cars missing. One of them for sure is Caleb Wood. He packed his car up into the hauler during the Superstock feature. I went over and asked, they said too much collision damage, they can't run it tonight.
Thank you, Joy. Perfect timing. We're green, racing with the late models at the half mile. And what a jump by Beauchamp Jr. He is gone out to 3 car lengths down the back.
That was a huge start for Beauchamp Jr. there, as now we get the middle of the pack all doubled up here, and it's going to go about 3 wide here in the middle to the straight. What a start to this race.
Yeah, Matt Robley in a 51 got caught washing up the track in turns 3 and 4. They went 3 wide contact back in the pack. Steckley and McCullough, everybody stays straight. We're still green. Beauchamp Jr. will lead the train out of 4. Watson up to second.
Friel also making a good charge here up the field. As we get a look here, as Ray Morneau is going side by side, he's battling for 4th. I can't see who he's battling with though.
And that's the 22 of Schrank side by side with Morneau for 4th spot. Here's Pritico trying to get to the inside of Schrank as the late models try to get into a groove here at the half mile.
Yeah, we see there as we get, that's the 19. That is of Pritico, Connor Pritico. He's battling, he's in 5th right now, just behind Ray Morneau.
Might have problems with the 51. Matt Robbie looks very loose last time by. He almost washed up into turn number 3 and corrected it. He's on the inside of Darrell Lake right now, back at about the 10th spot, but the 51 falling back right now.
As we see, we get a good look at him as Darrell Lake makes a pass on the outside, as he's now side by side.
Yeah, just the 51 seems a little bit off the pace. He's going to get split by Powell on the inside, and it was Lake on the outside. Steckley gave him a shot from the back. 51 going to the back of the field.
Robley quickly falling out of this race, as now he's just been passed by Steckley.
At the front, it's a twosome trying to get away. Beauchamp Jr. and Watson, and then side by side, Kennedy and Morneau for 3rd, and Pritico's there as well.
Ray Morneau making a good charge, as I saw some sparks out of the Kennedy machine coming around into turn 4. Oh, there's a turn there, and Beauchamp Jr. goes out in turn 2, and the leader causes a caution here. Not sure if there was some contact.
Well, the Watson machine slow off the pace as well, just as we went to caution. So definitely contact between the 2 leaders at the front. And the Beauchamp Jr. out with a caution with 28 to go here in the late model feature. It's a Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics. Today our guest is Jonathan Hollow, Yuri Poole of the McCartney years, the one and only Jim Chapman, Peter Brennan of Jeans and Classics fame. London Lights, Thursday at 8:30.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back. Chris Soares, Kyle Friel up on the tower. Delaware Speedway Racing here on Rogers TV. Welcoming all of our viewers on YouTube as well. Thanks for joining us there. You see the current running order minus the 60 of Beauchamp Jr. who got spun in turn 2. That's why we are under caution. And the 45 of Watson now up front with Morneau, but Morneau will start on the inside of the first row. Beauchamp Jr. remains out on the track, did not go in for service from his crew. And looks like no penalty to Watson either because he remains at the front of the field.
That's right. So Beauchamp gonna be on the outside as the restart happens. He's gonna be beside the number 17 of Zignority, I believe. That is what we have here. And then so Beauchamp, who had a great start to the race, spun out there. So hopefully he's able to make up a few spots here.
Half a lap from the restart. Quickly trackside to Joy Langdon.
Hey guys, so I just talked to Ronnie Beauchamp Jr.'s pit crew, and they say that the 45 car dive bombed him on the inside and he couldn't see him. That's what caused the incident, but there's no major damage and he should be good the rest of the race.
All right, Joy, thank you so much for that. Ray Morneau will lead the field out of turn 4 with 28 to go. Late model feature. Green flag in the air. We're racing at the half mile. Washing up the track is Watson. Pritico will take advantage. And Jesse Kennedy might be off the pace. They'll go 3 wide down the back. Kennedy on the inside, Schrank in the middle. Looks like Mark Jacobs on the high side. That's a battle for 4th.
The middle of the pack is all bunched up here as Ray Morneau and Connor Pritico are pulling away here. The third
caution again, Kyle, on the speedway, but I'm not quite sure why. I know Chapman was off the pace on the back, but I don't see an incident car anywhere, but we are caution again on the speedway.
Yeah, well, not sure exactly why. We see some of the crew out by the wall on pit row. Maybe some debris or something on the track. That's exactly what it looks like. A little bit of debris getting picked up and put into the back of the quad there. So
let's go trackside quickly, Kyle, to Joy Langdon.
Guys, I don't know if you can believe it. That is, in fact, Jason Litzter's car. The reason he's not out here is because he was, in fact, black flagged for safety issues. So they got it. They got out there. They got the 1 point that they drew in the lap, but that's all they'll get tonight.
Thank you, Joy. I didn't really see any safety issues with that car, did you?
No. Yes, he didn't have any handling on the one side of his car, but
as we expected, he came out to take the green to grab a point, and now he's retired for the rest of the evening. So 27 laps to go here in the late model feature. We've completed 8. Ray Morneau is our leader. Connor Pritico up to second spot. Then it's Watson, Kennedy, Mark Jacobs, Darrell Lake, Schrank, Powell, Steckley. Robley's kind of recovered, and a great little run here for the 18 of Patrick Friel. The brother-in-law's passed 7 cars since we started this feature. He he started second last, and the 18's moved up quite a few spots.
Yeah, he's had a good fast run here so far. A lot of racing left for these cars, so you don't want to make your move too early, potentially put yourself out of position. Like you said, if you try and make that move and give up your spot, people are going to try and overtake you. So you want to make that move at the right possible moment here in the feature race.
Beauchamp Jr., who was our early leader and got kind of spun out of turn 2, is up 3 spots since the last restart, as we have 27 to go. And don't forget, we have the King of the Hill Spectator race coming up right after this. Last time we checked about 20 minutes ago, we had 18 registered vehicles, and if you have not seen the King of the Hill, don't go anywhere. This is you driving your car right off the street, coming in from London or Kamoka, Mount Bridges, wherever you're coming from, and just paying a little donation for charity at the back gate and coming in and racing another car. You win, you move on, you lose, you're done. Let's go trackside to Joey.
Hey guys, Jane Chapman's back in. It's funny that we just talked to Jason Lister because Chapman is still suffering some issues from that incident earlier tonight. You just saw they pulled a giant piece off the car. They said the exhaust was dragging. They pitted, thought they fixed it. Apparently not enough because they're back working on it, but that's the thing. They are still working on it, so they think they can go back out.
Thank you, Joey Langdon. 27 to go here, late model feature, King of the Hill on tap. After that, we'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
in the family with addiction, the person with the addiction becomes front, center all the time.
Addiction and substance use affects all the layers of our society.
Everything was about trying to out him and fix him, and I was just done.
I always felt kind of different. I never felt the same as other people.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction, on Rogers TV.
Welcome back, Delaware Speedway Racing. Chris Orr's, Kyle Friel up in the tower. Joy Lane and trackside. 1 lap to go before we restart. 27 to go. Late model feature. The once second place driver, Barry Watson, now in the pits. He was dragging something when we were away on break and had to come into the pits. And now Ray Morneau and Connor Pritical up in the front row. The leader gets lane choice. Let's not forget. So Morneau has picked the high side. The Delaware Speedway officials are talking about maybe a choose rule that we see in NASCAR later on this year. Nothing official yet. Morneau is your point car. Pritical on the inside. And we're restarting in green again in the Speedway.
Good jump there by Ray Morneau as he's still out in front ahead of Connor Pritico.
The front three trying to get away and people tagging each other in the back of the pack. And Jesse Kennedy off the pace. He got tagged by Darrell Lake out of turn 2. Front three trying to get away.
The front three able to pull away, but it's the middle of the pack that's coming up side by side as Kennedy is bringing up the rear. He's trying to get back into it.
Morneau and Pritico stretching their legs now. They've distanced themselves from third place Mark Jacobs. Cole Powell now up to third. And the 73 of Powell showing some strength. And contact, we got a spinner, and hard into the high wall is Darrell Lake as he rams the left front of the 77 into the high wall. Contact with the 22 Schrank machine, and caution on the speedway to attend to Darrell Lake in turn 2.
Darrell Lake in turn 2, we see Schrank coming around. He's dragging a bit, sparking, so he might have cut down a tire there. It looks like on the right rear is it looks down on the Schrank machine, so he'll probably have to go in for some maintenance. But yeah, Darrell Lake taking a hard hit into the wall exiting turn 2.
Absolutely, the 22 Schrank's going to have that machine looked at. Let's go trackside Joey Langdon. My apologies, let's go to break first. You're watching Delaware Speedway Racing live on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Tyler Fines, host of Off the Puck Hockey on Rogers Channel 20. We interview some of the biggest names in hockey and sports. Check us out, Rogers Channel 20, Off the Puck Hockey. Let's go.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. I'm a local family physician here in London, and I'm very excited to be working with Rogers TV on this new format, which will give us an opportunity to explore all sorts of topics related to medicine and health. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. We'll see you then.
Welcome back, Chris Orr's, Kyle Friel, the tower at Delaware Speedway, and thanks for tuning in to Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard, Delaware Speedway Racing. There you see Darrell Lake, the 77 on the business end of towing, and there you see Marshall Schrank. Contact between the two. Darrell Lake's car gets sent high into turn 2, hard to impact on the left front. The 22 crew trying to get Marshall back on the track.
Yeah, they're working feverishly there on the front end. They're getting the tape out and everything to make sure that his car stays in one piece, making sure that nothing's going to cut into his tire there on the right front. And they're working feverishly with that white duct tape to make sure his front end is well endowed to get back onto the track.
So our leader is Ray Morneau, Connor Pritico second, Mark Jacobs up to third. Then it's Cole Powell's had a good run. Kyle Steckley's had a good run. Robley's recovered nicely to sit currently in 6th. And there's Patrick Field, who's come from second last when we started the feature. He's up to, he's been given a spot ahead of Robley. Now he's up to 6th, Kyle.
Yeah, it's a good run for Friel, and he's made the moves when he's had to in order to get up to where he is. And like you said, Scott Mackey, the flagman, gave him the spot ahead of Robley, so he'll start 6th on the restart. And you mentioned Morneau and Pritico 1-2. They've been in a pretty good battle all night as they've gotten up to the front of the field. Through these cautions here, we see on our screen the Darrell Lake car on the tow truck.
Yeah, I think we're going to go down to Joey in the 77 pit. Joey?
Hey guys, yeah. So the crew were really concerned. They said it was a really hard hit, but they said that Darrell was moving right away. He seems okay, if not a little fired up. I'm gonna try and get a hold of him later, but they mentioned that he might not be in the mood to talk. So I'll see what I can find out, and I'll let you know.
Lake was having a pretty good run. Unfortunately, some contact with the 22 of the Schrank. The field's been asked to double up, so we should expect the white flag next time by from flagman Scott Mackey. With 25 to go in this late model feature, we've only completed 10. The field having a difficult time kind of getting into a groove, Kyle, to chip off some laps here.
Exactly. Hopefully here, as we get ready for this restart, 1 lap to go under caution before we get back to green flag racing. Hopefully these cars can find a groove, maybe get into single file line and play some clean racing here to finish out. As you said, we've only had 10 laps of the 35 complete in this feature race.
Don't forget, race fans, we have King of the Hill coming up right after this late model feature. That should be exciting. King of the Hill is always fun to watch, and we do not have the returning winner from May. So we will have a new winner of the King of the Hill tonight. So it should be interesting. About 45 minutes ago, we got an update. There was 18 cars, but there could be more now. Field coming out of turn 4 with 25 to go. Green flag. We are racing at Delaware. Another nice jump by Morneau, but Pritico wants to fight him on the inside. And here comes the 73 of Cole Powell from 3/4 back in the field when we started the feature. Now to battle for 2nd.
Some sparks flying too out of a car. Friel up to 4th. Now as he's in front of Steckley, as he's going to try and close him off heading into turn 1.
Morneau at the front, quickly trackside to Joey Langdon.
I'm here with Darrell. What happened out there?
Honestly, I don't know. It sounded like the 22 had a little bit of help there, so I can't even blame him. It's there's a lot of stupidity going out there tonight. Just seems like no matter what's going on in this class, just a lot of guys losing their heads once that helmet went on tonight.
So the car's settling up for the night. Are you okay? Are you going to be coming back?
I'm fine. We're going to see if we can set something and try and get out there, just try and roll around and be in people's way for a little bit.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joey, with the 77 of Darrell Lake back to the front of the pack with 23 to go. It's Morneau out front. Powell now up to 2nd. Pritico back to 3rd. Then it's Steckley now up to 4th. And David McCullough in the 39s come from nowhere up to 5th.
Yeah, he's had a great run here as Beauchamp Jr. has now made his way back into the middle of the pack as well, as he's had to start from the back after a caution.
Absolutely, the field's starting to get strung out now. The leader, full half a lap ahead of the last car in the lead lap, Peyton Jacobs. And there's a battle between Powell and Pritico. That's for 2nd on the racetrack, with 19 and a half laps to go in this late model feature.
Friel and the 39 get a little bit close there as nose to tail as they come into turn 3.
There's Pritico right behind Powell, battle for 2nd. Kyle Steckley in the white car, not too far back. He's the 4th place runner and trying to catch this duo for 2nd.
Yeah, that's going to be a good battle here. Pritico and Powell battling for 2nd and 3rd coming out of turn 4.
Great shot there. Love that camera out of turn 4. Nose to tail. 3 cars now battling for the 2nd spot. As Morneau trying to get away. Pritico looks a little bit more racier than Powell right now.
Yeah, Pritico looking a little faster here. Going down to the inside. Going to try and make a move here coming into turn 4.
Pritico got a little loose though, and Powell retains the spot. That That opens the door for Steckley on the high side. Steckley to the high side of Critical for third. Up the hill and down the back. Meanwhile, McCullough and Friel battling for sixth spot, a half a straightaway back.
Here we go, Ray Morneau in first by a long shot. This battle for second, third, and fourth is the one that's going to be to look for as the rest of the field is kind of being strung out like you mentioned, Chris.
Absolutely, 15 to go next time by. It's Morneau by half a straightaway now over Powell, Steckley, and Pritico battling nose to tail. Then it's McCullough and Friel and Matt Box battling for the fifth spot, about a half a straightaway behind the battle for second. There you see Powell, 73, Steckley, 22, Critical in the 19. The battle for second spot through turns 3 and 4.
They have not given each other an inch here. They're right nose to tail all the way through, and it's just going to be something to take a look and see who's going to make that turn and that move here as we get into the later parts of the race.
There's the battle for second spot. There's a great battle happening about a straightaway behind them as well. There you see the leader, Morneau, with 13 laps to go. There's the battle for fifth we're talking about. It's David McCullough, the 39, Patrick Friel in the 18, the 27 is Matt Box, the 51, Matt Robley, the 60, was the pole sitter, Beauchamp Jr. And there's Friel to the inside of McCullough.
Inside of McCullough here, coming out of turn 4. He will get ahead of him and come to the stripe, gaining a spot.
Friel up to fifth spot now. And he's going to try and bridge a very large gap now to the battle for second, which is getting very hot. Contact on a turn 4. It was Steckley contact with Powell. Side by side into turn number 1. And Steckley will grab the spot. Critical will follow him through. And Powell looks like he's going to drop to fourth.
We're getting a look here at Friel and McCullough as McCullough and Box now battle for that spot in behind Friel, in for that sixth spot.
The 22 of Steckley, Kyle, might be the fastest car in this speedway. He just got by Critico and Powell, and now he's trying to bridge that gap to the leader, Morneau.
Yeah, and Peyton Jacobs here has been lapped a couple of times as Steckley is now going to the outside to pass the lap car. And yeah, as you mentioned, gonna try and get to Ray Morneau, but Morneau has a huge gap here coming up 8 to go next time by.
Steckley just turned his fastest lap of the feature in 18.704. The gap is 3.26 seconds. With 8 to go. Make that 3.12 seconds now. There's the gap. There's the leader, left side of your screen through turn 4. Ray Morneau, and here comes Steckley in the white 22. Let's check out the gap this time. It's getting closer. It's 3 seconds, 3.01 seconds. The 22 of Steckley's coming, but Critical's trying to follow him through.
Critical coming up fast and furious on the back end of Steckley. Steckley trying to get to the back end of Morneau here with 6 to go. Still a lot of laps to left. If you're looking at it here, any kind of slight mistake and any driver can gain some spots.
The gap is under 3 seconds now. The gap is 2.95. Morneau to Steckley, but not a lot of laps left. 5 to go. There's Connor Pritico, that's your third place driver. The gap's dropped again, 2.82. No traffic yet for Morneau, but he's only a straightaway from lap traffic. The question is, will he catch them?
Exactly, that's the thing. Morneau, very smart driver. If he does catch that traffic, he's definitely going to have to do some maneuvering not to get involved with it.
The gap continues to fall, but it's not falling fast enough for Steckley to catch Morneau by the time this feature's done, I don't think.
Yeah, Steckley, as fast as he's been, he's just running out of time here, running out of laps. But Pritico may be able to close the gap and get second place.
There's Friel, McCullough, and Box. That is a battle for the fifth spot, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the fifth spot, heading into turn 1. Popsicle sticks in the air for the leader out of turn 4. 2 laps to go.
Lots of traffic coming up for Morneau now, but we get a look at Friel and McCullough battling for that fifth spot.
Yeah, great run by all 3 of those cars, especially Friel coming from the back of the field. So the leader to the high side, looking for the white flag this time by. The gap has shrunk because of the traffic. 1 lap to go for Ray
now it's going to be Steckley having to deal with that traffic coming through. With one lap left, they head into the backstretch.
Morneau into turns 3 and 4, one final time. Looking for the checker flag. Out of turn 4. Ray Morneau, 0-3. Checkered flag in the air will take the late model feature. Kyle Steckley will come home second, followed by Connor Pritical, Cole Powell, and Patrick Friel. What a recovery for Patrick. Not because he's your brother-in-law, but seriously, started the feature second last and finished his 5th, Kyle.
That's a great spot. He will be happy with that, I know. That's kind of what he aims for. He aims for that, first he aims for that top 10. He gets there, then he aims for the top 5, and if he can get a podium, that's great. But a top 5 finish there for Patrick Friel. Gonna be, him and his team are gonna be happy with that. We see Ray Morneau on the screen there as he continues his victory lap. He'll head into the victory lane here at Delaware Speedway. Good feature race here in the late model series.
Great run as well for David McCullough, coming home 6th, followed by Matt Box, Matt Robley, and Ron Beauchamp Jr. and Marshall Schrank, your top 10. Then it was Jaden Chapman, Mark Jacobs, Tom Zagarodny, Lloyd Rawlings, Peyton Jacobs, Barry Watson, and then Barry Watson was the lead car of the retired cars. Watson, Lake, Kennedy, Litster, Steve Aaron, and Caleb Wood. There you see the late model feature race winner, the 0-3 of Ray Morneau, coming to the stripe. And don't forget, we're going to set it down momentarily to Jamie Mazzu. Don't forget, don't go away. We have King of the Hill coming up next to finish things off on this beautiful Friday night. A hot kind of Friday night, hence all the bugs. But hey, it is what it is. I'm glad it's not raining, right, Kyle?
Exactly. I was here 2 weeks ago, and that rain was something fierce. So we'll send it down trackside.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's send it trackside to
give
Jamie
him a checkered
Mosley.
flag to hold on the way out. Ladies and gentlemen, second feature win of the year, Ray Morneau out of Windsor, getting it done again. Great run here this evening. Ray, come on around here. You can tell the folks how easy it was. Come on around here, Ray. Wow. This thing was boss car tonight.
Yeah, we made the right adjustments here. We were worried coming in here. Last time we were out, we got damage here after the checker, and we were worried about it. We didn't know if everything was going to be back to normal, but man, we made the right adjustments today, and it was a rocket there.
Now, I know you probably saw that battle going on behind you. All of a sudden, Kyle Steckley pulls out into second. You're probably thinking, just no cautions.
Oh, exactly, Kyle. I knew he started deep, and he was quick, but yeah, as soon as I heard my spotter, Chris, there, he said Kyle got in second. I'm thinking, oh, man, here we go. But luckily, there was no caution, and it was a good race.
I know you got a lot of people you want to thank for helping you out.
Yeah, I got to thank John Arts Group, number one, JR Excavating, East Elgin Concrete Forming, Dutch Brothers, Iron Mike Industries, Reed Farms. Special happy birthday to Kendall, Toromont Cat, Hallmark Memorial, St. Denis Machine, Revard Snow Plowing, Highland Tools, Double R Reworks, RPM Racewear, Dana's Desserts. She's got the best desserts. I think I hit everybody. If I didn't, Iron Mike Industries. I think I said it, but I want to make sure. But yeah, thanks to everybody for coming out. It was awesome having the autograph session. We haven't had that in a long time, and it was awesome having everybody out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your second feature win on the season, your point leader.
All right, Ray Morneau, your late model feature race winner. Don't go away. King of the Hill up next. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
A properly fitting life jacket or personal flotation device will keep the wearer afloat. Adult flotation devices are fitted by chest size. When fastened properly and lifted, the PFD should not be able to be pulled up past the wearer's nose and ears. With inflatable PFDs, it is a one-size-fits-most. When worn, it is best to leave the straps a little loose, so there's some room if the jacket needs to be inflated.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. It is time. There you see the late model feature race winner, Ray Morneau in the 03. If you see once in a while cars rolling behind the victory lane sign, including this classic Mustang, look at the nose of that Mustang. One of the many entrants, Kyle Friel, into the King of the Hill tonight.
Yeah, the King of the Hill, something I probably would never want to do in my car, because if it gets wrecked, you're on the hook for it. So nothing I would want to do. I am not an expert in driving, especially fast on a oval track. So we'll leave that to the professionals. But nonetheless, it's going to be some exciting events here for King of the Hill.
Let's go trackside, Joey Langdon.
Here with Kyle Steckley. Kyle, you made it there, but
Yeah, you know, we started deep after flat tire in our heat, so that set us off on a hard race. And man, I had an amazing APC Auto Parts Camaro tonight. Best car I probably ever had here at Delaware. But
getting pushed out of the way.
Yeah, we had a great car. We made a lot of passes. I think I was a bit faster than Morneau. I just would have liked another caution, but great race. Amazing class here at Delaware with the Catalyst late models. So yeah, it was a ton of fun. Hopefully we get a bit better heat result next time we're here and we can battle a bit more up front. But yeah, great night tonight. Just wish we could have been one spot better.
The 03 next time?
I think we got a couple more things we can do, but I think, you know, just track position is so important, and he had it and we didn't at the end of the day. So, you know, make a couple more adjustments, get that bit better, and hopefully next week goes a bit smoother in the heat race.
Congratulations on your podium. Good luck with the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Joey, with Kyle Steckley. We had a little bit of false advertising, but it wasn't our fault. We were told there was 18 cars. What I count is 16. Lots of trucks, Kyle, including the first opening round matchup. 2 trucks, and quickly underway with King of the Hill, the white Canada Chevy, I think, on the inside, and then a pickup on the outside.
Yeah, here we go. The red and black pickup able to gain position on the white Canadian pickup truck, and it looks like as we head into the backstretch, the red and black pickup truck is going to come away with a quick victory here.
In my years, I've seen some crazy stuff in King of the Hill, including one year we ran King of the Hill when the track was wet. That was crazy. And the red and black pickup will take the opening round. Canada truck, Chigon, eliminated. This is how you do it. You go one-on-one, you win, you move on, you lose, you are done. We do not have the May winner from King of the Hill. Viper is not here. Now we got looks like a Charger on the inside. And another truck with a topper on the high side.
Guess you got to feel pretty good going into next Saturday night.
So King of the Hill, Joy, into the opening round here, and quite a few trucks actually.
Yep, a lot of trucks down here. A lot of real quick looking cars. You see there's a bit of a lead up onto turn 1.
Here you go, guys.
Just walking down pit lane right now. The guys, they're not even looking at me. They're staring straight ahead. They want to win this.
Yeah, absolutely. Mandatory helmets to be worn by all King of the Hill participants. The Charger out in front. This should be an easy finish here, Kyle.
Yeah, the Charger definitely opening up a huge lead. Not going to be contested at all as the Charger crosses the line. He gets the victory. He moves on. The black and white 4x4 truck.
Chigon. All right, matchup number 3. A little souped up black car, and then the nice vintage Mustang. Please do not hurt that car. That would not be nice.
Yeah, that Mustang definitely needs to survive. That is a vintage car nonetheless. And
Mustang to the inside, and I don't know what the black one is. Maybe, I don't know what it is. I don't even have it. We usually have a guy in a truck that knows it all. I don't think he's here with us tonight. Good start by the black souped up machine on the outside. And the Mustang trying to stay with him. I don't think that's going to work.
No, the Mustang is falling far and further behind. The black souped up car is going to come around.
Oh, look out, the Mustang got loose. Oh my goodness. The Mustang got loose and hit the brakes in a hurry before the wall got a little closer.
Exactly, better hit the brakes before you get stopped by the wall.
Trackside to Joy Lightning.
On the first race, Nathan, good start, eh?
Oh, it's not bad. I'm just glad I kept it off the wall.
So what's your strategy doing one lap around?
I think I go a little bit quicker next time. I was here last month. I almost put my red Sunfire on the wall, so I just want to keep it straight this time.
All right, thanks. Good luck, Nathan.
All right, next matchup opening round. Thank you, Joy. I think we got a Nissan on the high side, and what is it, an Oldsmobile?
Yeah, the Oldsmobile with a good start there.
Yes, little sunroof Oldsmobile on the inside. Dead heat into turn one. And the, I don't know if that's a Nissan or a Toyota on the high side, but nice keeping it mashed to the floor coming out of turn two. That might be enough here as the opening round King of the Hill continues here at Delaware Speedway.
Yeah, this little black souped up, another black souped up car there. He comes.
Yeah, shoebox, I like that.
Yeah, exactly, little shoebox car. Crosses the line and the, yeah, that's a Mazda maybe?
Maybe.
Little Mazda all blacked out there.
But the Oldsmobile, she gone. Joey, you got someone for us down there?
Talking to some guys right now. I got this guy right here who hasn't got his helmet yet. What's up?
Oh, not much. Just waiting for my helmet.
You think you got a good shot at winning this?
I don't know. It's my first time being here. Never been around the track yet, so just more so going for the experience.
So what's your strategy?
Go fast.
All right, good luck.
I think one of the strategies needs to get a helmet.
Yeah, I think I did see a guy with a helmet there in behind Joey, so helmet is there, ready to go, and there he is.
Strapping
it in.
Yep, round one continues. It's the what is that? Kind of like a lime green kind of shoebox. Oh, this is the best matchup so far in opening round, side by side into turn three. They got the SUV on the inside. This could be tight coming back to the stretch. They've mashed the gas, and it's going to be the green shoebox on the outside by half a car length. By far the best round one match tonight.
Yeah, that was a very good side-by-side, tightly contested race. And now we got a nice white Dodge. Is that the Challenger, maybe? Is that a Dodge?
Oh, that's a nice looking car. And then a pickup truck. Oh, we're going to do a little burnout for the fans here. Okay, light them up.
Uh-oh.
Looks like one of those older S10 pickup trucks. We're going to get some
we got an official here.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
You fit in an S10? My grandpa died, give it to me.
So, continuing with the round one here, the King of the Hill, we had 16 to start. Oh, we just had some more come in off turn two. Two more additions to the King of the Hill, so there's our 18. So our previous report was accurate. 18 cars now. Vehicles.
Little late here, but nonetheless they're here to enter this King of the Hill.
Yeah, as long as the opening round's not done, I think they can get in. They're going to have to go ahead of some of the vehicles, and the next matchup underway.
Charger doing a nice work in out of turn one into turn two here, pulling away here on the backstretch.
Oh, that was the S10 pickup truck. Big backfire there out of turn two. And it's going to be an easy win here.
92. There's your answer.
For the white machine. Back to the striped checkered flag and the S10. She gone. So I believe we might have, if those new cars are in. They didn't get pushed to the front though. Let's go, Joey, trackside.
I'm here with one of the winners of the first race. We have a disagreement on the color of the car. What do you call it?
It was white in the pictures, and then I showed up, and it was whatever this is, Robin blue or something.
Well, it's better than my co-host just said lime green, so.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not that yet.
So, you won your first one. What's your strategy going around the half mile?
Be in front.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
All right, so it's what is it, an off-white now?
I'd say a mint. It looks like a mint.
Oh, mint. Okay, I like mint.
A nice minty green.
Next matchup, still in the opening round, King of the Hill from Delaware Speedway. And this is going to be, I didn't think this is going to be this bad of a beating between these two cars, but a little loose on a turn 2, but the white one will win easily. And the black car is Chigon.
So I'm not sure as we head up into pit road here. The red and black truck that was first is now there. We got two new cars here.
Yeah, so this must be the end of round 1. We got a black Challenger, I think, on the inside, and Joey trackside.
Yeah, so it's the two late cars. They just went to the back. They weren't supposed to be there, so they're trying to move them to the front. They can finish round 1. So this will be the last one of round 1. We've got a Ford SUV, and we've got a car that I didn't see.
Okay, so second last matchup, round 1 on the track right now. The black Challenger out front out of turn 2, and down the back, the green car closing in, under braking. He's right there, looking for the inside out of turn 4, mashing the gas, and the Challenger's going to win opening round by about 2 car lengths here. And the green maybe was a look out here. What is this guy doing? Wow.
He's just Scott Mackey's, hey, slow down. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, I guess, what is this, a pace lap?
Yeah, putting on the red. These cars are not knowing what's going on. So Scott Mackey in the flag stand putting out the red light.
Yeah, so what happened was those two guys, when they came in, they were told go to the front, and both of them thought that meant your race is starting now. None of them were told to stop at the finish line, at the start-finish line,
now they're
to start their race.
Now they're going to be stopped at the entrance to pit road by the officials. Kind of reminded me, now they're sending 2 more off of pit road. Those are round 2 cars, so I guess these 2 that we saw on the track are not going to be allowed to race. So we will stick with 16 to start, and round 2 coming around to start. That reminded me of years and years ago when somebody brought a stolen car in the King of the Hill, ran the King of the Hill, tried to escape out turn 2 wall, and then we saw Cherries waiting at the road waiting for him. It was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Round 2. Red Charger on the inside, 2-tone pickup on the outside. This is the first matchup of round 2. So it's actually 8 cars left. So this is actually a quarterfinal. And the Charger away well in turn 1.
Easy on the brakes there, exiting turn 1, but still, this is where he's going to pull away on the backstretch here and just absolutely open a big lead up on the 2-tone truck. Looks like the Charger here is going to come away with a victory in the quarterfinal.
And the Charger coming around is going to advance. The 2-tone pickup truck is going to be eliminated, and the truck Chigon. Let's go trackside to Joey.
Yeah, so I thought I had seen it all in King of the Hill, but I was just told that those 2 cars that went flying, they're discussing black flagging them. So I don't know if I've ever seen a black flag in King of the Hill, but those 2 cars that came in late, they're discussing it right now, and I think that's what they ended up doing.
Well, those 2 vehicles actually parked on pit wall. Now I don't think they're going to be entered at all, but now the next matchup in round 2, the black Subaru possibly against Minty Fresh, and Minty Fresh is stinking it up a little bit.
Yeah,
little play on words there, Kyle. Sorry about that.
It's all right. No worries, Chris. Back in the days of us being co-workers, I'm used to it. No worries. But yeah, Minty Fresh is not able to come away with a victory here, and the black souped up little car here comes away with a victory.
Yes, Minty Fresh gone as we go to the 3rd matchup of round number 2. We do have the red Charger waiting in the semifinals. This is the 3rd quarterfinal coming up around the track. The white sports car looks like he'll have the inside row when he comes around. And then the black, what might be
want to take the guy in this.
Another Subaru.
Oh, and he really wants.
Or a Honda. I think that might be a Honda. They might be both Hondas. I'm not quite sure. Like we don't have our automobile veteran in the truck tonight. Yeah. So the white. I don't know what they are. So I'll say the white and the dark. White off to a good start. I think the black one might be a Honda. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, maybe an older style Honda.
Yeah. This is quarterfinal.
If I know my car symbols, the white one's a Cadillac.
The white one's a Cadillac. Okay, thank you, Joey. The Cadillac coming out of turn 4. Thank you so much. And the Cadillac will advance to the semifinal. And the black Honda, Chigon. This might be a good one. Quarterfinal number 4 coming around, the black Challenger. And white sunroof. So the Cadillac is into the semis. We're going to get our 4th and final semifinalists coming up here. What's the white sunroof going to do? Lock him. He's going to run him up here. He's going to burn it down. A little show for the fans in turn 4. He wants the outside lane. The Challenger will be inside.
This white car it's a police car, it looks to me. It's just an unpainted police car. That's
a Charger, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe let's go Charger on the outside, Challenger on the inside. And a good start by the Charger on the outside. Let's see if the Challenger has something for him on the back. Out of turn 2, down the back. Charger followed by Challenger. Challenger staying in proximity. Looking out, the Challenger looking to the inside, but the Charger's going to hold him off. Look out, get off the wall, Challenger. And he did. And the Charger through to the semifinals. So quickly, from 16 down to 4, semifinal number 1 coming to the stripe. Red Charger. And I think this still might be a Subaru, I'm not sure.
WRX against another Charger.
Red Charger.
And the guy in the Charger has a sunroof over
and
just
black.
Just a hair.
Any idea, Joey, on this black car? We think it might be a Subaru, but not sure. Joey can't hear us side by side into turn 1. This is semifinal number 1, King of the Hill.
I'll be real with you. I have no idea that's going so fast. I couldn't see the badge.
No problem, and he got a great run down the back. Chargers trying to stay in touch.
Right there.
Trying to get to the final here. The black machine out of turn 4 comfortably will win semifinal number 1 and through to the final. And the red Charger, Chigon.
What resulted in a win there?
I believe that is a Subaru.
Is it?
I believe
that
so.
Was just a
looking at the decal on the back, on the trunk, it looks like the Subaru logo.
All right.
But
nice. So the Subaru through to the final. Who will he or she take on? Semifinal number 2 coming around is the Cadillac and the Charger.
Now it's time to see who will take on that Subaru. Remember the Genesis was quick, and it wants the bottom again.
That's a Cadillac on the inside, really?
Genesis.
I Genesis. Okay.
I hear the
track
announcers in the background giving the cars. So it's
Charger on the outside, Genesis on the inside.
Now
the key to Genesis victory here, Kyle, is to get a good start right from the beginning.
Yeah, a good jump off to start.
No play on words on that one either.
No, exactly.
It's been a long night. No, it hasn't. It's been a great night here. Genesis on the inside, Charger on the outside, semifinal number 2. And the Charger goes a little high. Genesis trying to get a nose inside. Down the back. Here we go. Here comes the Genesis on the inside. It looked like he had the shift there. Charger will lead him into turn 3. Goes a little high. Genesis trying to get down low. He's going to draw even out of turn 4 for a berth in the final at the stripe. It'll be the Genesis by a nose. Wow. Let's go to Joey.
Hey guys, I was going to talk to the other finalists, but he just ran away from me. but I'm gonna be over in victory lane for the rest of these next races, and I'll get you talking to the winners right after the races.
Perfect. Be careful down there, Joy. You have previous experience of cars in the King of the Hill sliding down to the inside wall. Yeah, pretty close years ago. So we got the final. The question is, will we do 2 out of 3? I think they did 2 out of 3 in May, but they did not switch lanes back in May, if I remember, for some strange reason. So if we can go trackside, maybe to Jamie, who's going to interview the drivers here.
Suck. Right. Okay. Talk to the guy in the Hyundai Genesis. What's your name?
Tristan.
Is this stock?
Fully stock.
You like this inside line, don't you?
I do. It seems to work.
Whatever you do, don't brake when you get to turn 1. It'll handle. Don't worry.
Okay.
I think he bought it.
So we got the Genesis on the inside and the Subaru on the outside.
Here we go.
The final King of the Hill. This should be a best 2 out of 3.
Chance at the final. There'll be 2 out of 3.
Okay, sorry. So the final, down the back, Subaru out in front. Genesis trying to track him down.
Down the back straight away onto turn 3.
And Genesis closing in a little bit through turns 3 and 4. And the Subaru is going to come out and take lane number 1. I believe this is the 2 out of 3.
Well, this is going to make it even tough.
You thinking Subaru 2 straight, Kyle?
I think it goes back to what you said here for the Genesis is if it's a good start for the Genesis, you might be able to get this one here. But if the Subaru gets the jump, I think he'll take a 2 straight.
Yeah, so yeah, they are going to switch lanes. So we're going to put the Subaru on the inside, Genesis on the outside.
They've got it all figured out.
Genesis obviously needs the next 2 to claim victory.
Lane's been dominant all over the race car.
Subaru just needs 1, and preferably probably with like 2 straight.
Yeah, get it done and over with quick here. Don't want to put your car in at any more risk of potential wall damage or anything like that.
Is this the Genesis driver? Is that the one Joy talked to early that said this is my first time I've ever been on the track? Was that him?
It might have been.
Wow. And a great start for the Subaru. Into turn 1 by about 4 car lengths already. Genesis trying to crawl back into this race. Subaru wins this one, it's over. Genesis trying to force a 3rd race. Subaru into turn 3, just has to hit his marks and he'll win it. Out of turn 4, King of the Hill winner for June is going to be the black Subaru. So you're going to hear from the driver of the black Subaru, the winner of the King of the Hill. I know you saw, Genesis got a little loose. I know you saw the first King of the Hill from the comfort of your own home, but now watching it live, what do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch, and it's good to see that these drivers are able to control their vehicles here and make sure they keep them from running into the wall and make sure that they can drive them home safely, because if they have any significant others, they come home with a damaged car, they might not be in the good books.
Before we head down the trackside, that one that almost hit us, we were reporting from the inside wall. It was a black Mustang, came out of turn 4, lost the back end, coming out of turn 4, corrected, and then was going straight again, and then overcorrected and spun and hit the right rear on the inside wall and destroyed the car. It was crazy. Let's go trackside to Jamie Mudd.
It was good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Have you done this before?
No, I did it last time.
Yeah? So you're an expert now.
I am, yeah.
Did you really think you'd be winning tonight?
No, I didn't.
You look kind of shocked.
I am shocked, yeah.
Hey, big round of applause. The guy who didn't think he'd be in victory lane's down here tonight. Put your hands together. Our King of the Hill winner. We got a beautiful trophy for you. And the Subaru gets it done this evening. Again, I'd like to thank you. That does it from trackside here, guys. But to throw it back up to you for some final.
But the black Subaru winner of the King of the Hill overall great night. Super stock feature, late model feature, King of the Hill. Overall, a great night here for race fans, both to hear in person and watching on Rogers TV.
Most definitely, and not even the features, but the heat races too were something to watch and be happy to see. So great racing all the way around here tonight at Delaware Speedway, and it was good to watch here all the way around.
Absolutely. In a couple of minutes, we'll be going down trackside to Joy Langdon. Oh, actually, let's go right now. Joy Langdon, trackside.
Hey, funny seeing you here again. You said this is your first time ever on a track?
First time ever on the track.
How did it feel going out there against the experienced guys going out here?
Oh, it felt good. The guy I was in the finals with, I actually work with, so it's pretty funny, yeah.
So good night for wherever you work. So what's your name again?
Tristan.
Tristan, so you're going to come out again, try and race again?
Oh, for sure.
Are we going to see you at some point doing the weekly series?
I didn't even know there was one. So maybe, yeah.
All right. Nice to see you, Tristan, and hope we see you again.
Hopefully. Thank you.
All right, Joy Langdon with our second place King of the Hill driver, Tristan, and that was him. Never seen the track before, finishes second. If there was a King of the Hill weekly series, that'd be awesome. We got plenty more coming right after the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
And I'm excited to be the new host of LDN ONT TV. Join me and my guests as we discuss the topics trending here in London, Ontario. Tune in Thursdays at 6:30 only on Rogers TV.
Hi everyone, my name's Ranger M and I work at Catfish Creek Conservation Authority. I'm the community outreach technician, and that means I do a lot of this, chatting about all things nature and conservation with kids, adults, teachers, everyone. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard. What a great night. Chris Soares and Kyle Friel up here at the tower. We'll hear comments from Joy Langdon trackside in a moment. Super Stocks late model feature, fantastic. You mentioned the heat races before break. King of the Hill. Final thoughts on a great Friday night here at Delaware?
Yeah, it started right away. Heat races in the Super Stock division, coming down to the wire, and then full of cautions and some incidents and some collisions, and then in the features, you know, both the late models and the super stocks put on a great show for the fans here at Delaware Speedway, and also for the viewers watching on Rogers TV and their YouTube channel. So it's always nice to see a good night of racing here on a Friday night at Delaware Speedway.
It's been great having you here. Loved working with you, and look forward to the next time we're up here together.
Most definitely.
Final thoughts. Let's go trackside. First of all, thank you to Kyle on the swivel camera. Fantastic job. Let's go to Joey.
Yes, thank you, Kyle. The other Kyle who's back here with the camera. I'm here in Victory Lane. Don't get to be here too often by myself, but I do feel like a winner tonight, like all the fans. That was a very exciting night of racing. I haven't seen guys, especially in the late models, get their elbows out like that in a long time. It was really intense, really hard-fought racing tonight. And then what can you say about King of the Hill? Saw stuff at King of the Hill I've never seen. And same with Tristan, who has never seen this track before, took his Genesis to second place. Hey, I saw a lot of those guys out there. I hope I see them again, not just for another King of the Hill, but hey, I know a couple of bone stock guys are willing to help them out, get them started here. I'd love to see them out the rest of the year or next season.
All right, thank you, Joy. We appreciate it, and great work down there, both you and Kyle. Loved having that camera down. Viewers at home, if you have any suggestions for new eyewear for Joy Langdon, please reach out to us at Rogers Cable, because it's either pretty bright down there or his eyes were sore, because those glasses were pretty bright.
Yeah, some rainbow-colored glasses. It's a good style, I guess.
You don't
for
even
him,
know what to say
no,
about that.
I don't. It's something I don't know. I'm used to the sports glasses, playing baseball and everything like that. So good on him for repping them, but not my style.
DelawareSpeedway.com for tickets. We will not be here next week. 2-day event here, July 1st, 6 p.m., July 2nd, 5 p.m. here at the Delaware Half Mile. All the information at DelawareSpeedway.com. To everyone watching at home, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Have a wonderful Canada Day. For Joey and Kyle and this Kyle and all the guys in the truck and everybody behind the scenes, I'm Chris Soares. Thanks for joining us on a Friday night here from Delaware Speedway for live Delaware Speedway racing on Rogers TV, presented by Oil Guard.
A lot. What's the best way to, I guess, communicate with Terrence Kernahan?
Yeah, so there are a number of ways. You can always send an email, give my constituency office a call. We can set up a meeting to discuss. But also, we can help with, if you have an issue that you want to see presented in the legislature, we can help draft petitions. We can make sure that, we're elevating your voice, because that is the most important job of an elected official, is to make sure that they're communicating your needs and your values within these chambers. In that way, it's our hope that we'll get the government to act and get the government to make investments so that we can address those really top of mind issues.
Absolutely. Now, can you tell me maybe one or two top of mind kind of success stories that maybe you've been able to help people in London North Centre, anywhere in this area, to kind of get their voice heard over the last 4 years?
Oh my goodness, there are so many. Wow. I elevated the voices of parents who had children with autism, who were struggling because of the cuts to autism funding, how everyone was taken off of the waiting list. We also saw that I was able to get funding for 30 former Crown wards, kids who had aged out of the foster care system, because we know the state is a terrible parent, and oftentimes these young adults are given, instruction about, how to avoid pregnancy or how to apply for social assistance. But in partnership with Huron University College, Brescia University College, King's University College, and Western, we were able to get 30 former Crown wards a university education covered. So it will, completely open up their future. I think it would be heartening for them to know that there are individuals out there who care for them and want to see them achieve their best potential. And that's what we need.
That is fantastic. So the power of education, you know what it is, you know how it works, and now you've been able to help people with that. So what a really inspiring story. I know there's a lot more, so we're going to have to take a short break, and we'll hear more from you, Terrence, after this, maybe about what you're hoping to do in the next 4 years. So please stay with us. We'll have some more with MPP Terrence Kernahan after this.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Smoke alarms expire after 10 years. Check the date and test your smoke alarm today.
I'm Jennifer Slay, the host of What's Up London. Join me each week as I meet Londoners who are doing extraordinary things and helping to make the city a better place to live. Watch What's Up London Mondays only on Rogers TV.
Great thing for kids is learning how to push things, and that's one of the things we like to train them on. So here we got the sled, and we're gonna have Cashew go ahead, give her a push, bud. And you can see now he's building strength throughout all his shoulders, his hips. He's learning how to drive, push, and build a lot of positive energy systems that he's gonna use throughout his daily life. So one of the most functional things that we can do is actually push things. It's something we do on an everyday, daily basis. So a real fun way to make it happen is we're going to use Cash here as a little bit of extra weight to provide a little bit more resistance. So as Jess goes to get the sled going, she's going to dig it out. She's going to push out, keep the sled nice and away from her. Short little steps, use the glutes to drive, and she's building her energy systems, building strength, and having a lot of fun all at the same time.
Welcome back to LDN ONT TV here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Brona, and I've been speaking with MPP Terence Kernaghan, recently re-elected to serve the constituents of London North Centre, but really Ontarians as a whole. And so, Terence, so passionate about your job. 4 years you've had, now you've got another 4 years. Is there anything in progress that you were working on that now, you've got this opportunity to keep on moving forward on? What are some of the, things that you're passionate about that you're still working on?
Absolutely. There are many things that we need addressed, whether it's making sure that there's better care and long-term care, there's investments in education. We have a government that's building affordable and supportive housing. But we also want to make sure that we have a government that's going to urgently pass the Ireland and Family Act. This was legislation that got swept off the table when the government called the election. It went to committee, there was no chance for debate, and we got the sense that it was going to pass until it didn't. The government had said that it needed to be strengthened and there needed to be more community voices. So what we've done just recently is we've written a letter to Premier Ford and an open letter, and really urged him to pass it as soon as possible, because these sorts of things, we need to make sure we're focusing and listening to people's voices, making sure that people are feel strong enough and are being listened to when they're reporting hate-fueled actions, that kids are learning about what Islamophobia is, what it looks like, and what it sounds like, and that we build a better future for tomorrow. There's one individual who said to me, and it will always stick with me, is that she said, the experience of Islamophobia not only limits physical space, your space in the world, but it also limits the space within your heart. And, we as legislators have to act urgently to make sure that that is addressed.
Well, I think that's something so important to so many people here in London. And so it's great to know that there are passionate people like you that are really working on moving this legislation forward. Terence, what else? I know we talked about education a little bit. We've talked about cost of housing and making sure that people have a safe and affordable home to live in. What are some of the other things that you're passionate about that you're hoping to kind of advance over the next little while? I think arts is important to you as well.
Yes, absolutely. It's really such an amazing thing that London has been able to achieve, receiving the UNESCO designation as a World City of Music, the first in Canada. I mean, it is such a monumental achievement. And I love the way in which London has really taken hold of this and is really, helping this to put us on the map. We have the music office. We also have Tourism London, who is, being an equal partner on this. There was recently a summit put on by the Chamber of Commerce and the London Economic Development Corporation. And really the arts is such an amazing way to not only build community identity, to build a strong city, but it also is an economic driver. I've met with the London Arts Council, and they're such wonderful people. And they understand exactly what happens when you invest in arts. It is a way to, it touches every sphere of our lives. If we look at it, art differentiates us from all other species. It is a form of expression where we can walk in someone else's shoes, we can see the way they see, we can think about how they might feel, and it really helps us to become much stronger. So I'm looking forward to, to promoting London at Queen's Park and everywhere I go to make sure that, we're driving investment back here, because